Right, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the first match of the Springboks taking on the British and Irish Lions, the first game of the British and Irish Lions tour of South Africa, the test match. I'm excited. As you guys can probably tell, we have got a whole heap of people here all ready for this live stream. Hope you guys are all as hyped as I am. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this live stream as well. We are sitting around half an hour away from the kickoff at the moment. We are going to be providing live commentary throughout the whole match. And yeah, hopefully you guys are doing very well indeed. But yeah, at this stage, we've got a whole heap of people in the chat. We will be looking through the starting lineups and reserves for both of these sides right now, so you guys can see exactly who is going to be out on the field. We will be starting with the Springboks, the home side in this match, and what a starting lineup and reserves they have gone with here. They have got Oxnashe, Bongi Umbanambi, and then Trevor Nakanye is going to be the front row that they have decided to go with. The locks for this match, it is going to be Eben Etzebeth. He is a powerhouse in that number 4 jersey, and he will be hoping to enforce as well on the British and Irish Lions forwards. Franco Mostert at number 5 as well for this one. Going to be an exciting lock pairing there, like I mentioned. Sia Khaleesi returning from having COVID, unfortunately, did mean that he missed a couple of the previous games for the Springboks, but he is back to captain the side here in this matchup. Better Steph Toy at 7. Very good at that rush defense, which I feel like could be a key for the Springboks here up against the Lions. And then Quagga Smith is going to be at number 8. Fifth de Klerk going to be at 9 for this match. He did end up getting a yellow card in that last match, but I feel like in this one, his kicking game seemed to be paying dividends for them in that last match up against the British and Irish Lions. And the last match that I am talking about is actually South Africa A taking on the British and Irish Lions. It was almost the same as the test match, although both sides doing a lot of changes in that one. So it could be interesting to see how this one goes, but I am excited for it. Andre Pollard returning for his 50th match. He is going to be at 10. The centre is going to be made up of Damien Dialende and also Lucanio Arm, the man who was able to score a try in that match with South Africa A up against the British and Irish Lions just about 10 days or so ago. Then we've got, it is going to be the returning Makazole Mapimpi out on that wing, on the right wing side, or left wing side. Sorry, I'm too excited for this match. Cheslin Colby out on the other side. He is all class, and he is going to have a very big role to play in this game. Willie LaRue at 15. That is the Springbok starting lineup. We have got a whole heap of you guys in the chat. I do appreciate you all being here. David in there. Aiden as well. Sebastian Scrumlass. Also Gary. And Smithy Toilet is in there. He said that he's been awake for a long time. I feel like if I tried to sleep before this game, I wouldn't have been able to. We are currently sitting 3:30 a.m. here in New Zealand, and I could not sleep. I was too excited for this matchup. Knew it was going to be a good one, and I feel like it's going to be a very close one as well. My prediction was one side are going to win by less than 7. I just couldn't pick who it was going to be, but be sure if you haven't already to vote in that poll with who you think is going to be winning this match. Or sorry, it is actually how many tries you think are going to be scored in this match. I see that 3 or 4 has received 50% of the votes at this stage. So it is the one that is the most popular at this stage. They are also showing Warren Gatlin. Now, he has probably a few tricks up his sleeve. Same with Rassie Erasmus. Of course, he was the water boy for the last match for South Africa A. I don't think it will be any different here, that is for sure. But then looking at the British and Irish Lions side, they've made a few changes since the last time that they did play. They have not got Wyn Jones at number 1. He is pulled out late with a shoulder injury, and that is huge news because of the fact in the last match when he was scrummaging up against Trevor Nakanye, it was causing Nakanye all kinds of issues. So now instead it is going to be Rory Sutherland being moved into the number 1 jersey, the Scottish number 1, hoping to have a big impact at scrums time still. Then we've got Cowan Dickey at 2, and Tyke Furlong is going to be the man playing at number 3, and that man is an absolute beast and a very dangerous man with ball in hand, and also when he will be scrummaging up against Oxnashe. Then looking at the locks for this one, it is going to be Maro Itoje. Now, he ended up giving away a few penalties in the last match, Maro Itoje, but he was actually able to win about 4 turnovers for his side. So I feel like it's one of those 50-50 ones, but penalties in this game, you can't really be affording to give too many away, I don't think, because of the fact that Andre Pollard, he will be knocking them over for fun in this match. Definitely with the test match feel that this match is going to be having. Wyn Jones returning at 5. How is this man back? He did end up having a shoulder injury in that game up against Japan, somehow returning now only a couple or 3 weeks later or so, which is just insane. But somehow he is out there, and he will be hoping to have a captain's performance as he is going to be the captain for this one. Then looking at the loose forwards, it's going to be Courtney Laws at number 6, Tom Curry at number 7, the 2 Englishmen, and then also Jack Conan going to be finishing out that front row, or the finishing out the fullback, for the British and Irish Lions. Ali Price earning his position as the starting number 9 in this one. Now, it was possibly going to be Connor Murray, but Ali Price having such a great game last week up against the Stormers, he is getting another opportunity here to see what he can do. Dan Biggar at 10, back at that number 10 jersey as well. So a few changes for the British and Irish Lions in that back line. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not it will be able to pay off for them. Robbie Henshaw always runs hard with the ball, and that is exactly what he's going to be doing in this match. He's got to run hard at the line, try and break the defence of the Springboks, which, of course, not too many teams can do. That is why they are the World Cup winners. That is why they are one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world. They are ranked 1 for a reason, and that is exactly what they're going to be trying to improve on in this game as well. In the last match, they missed a few tackles, but they still made a hell of a lot of them as well. Elliot Daly going to be starting at 13 rather than, I believe it was Chris Harris the last time that these two sides played off, and that was South Africa A taking on the British and Irish Lions. Then looking at either wing, it is going to be Duan Vanamurva. His fellow South Africans are going to be against him, I should say, in this match. Now, the big battle in this match was actually him versus Jeslyn Colby, but we will get to that battle in just a moment. Anthony Watson out on the other wing had a very good game last week, and I feel like he's going to be one of the keys for the British and Irish Lions in this one. Stuart Hogg going to be starting at 15 in this one as well. I'll tell you what, the chat is going that quick at the moment. I think I'm going to be struggling to keep up with it in this match, but I will try my best to read all of your messages. Been awake the entire week, says Marco Vonopolo, and also we have got, will we be able to see the match on this video? Unfortunately, due to copyright, if I was to show any match footage, our live stream would get taken off YouTube and we would get banned. So I will try my best to keep you guys informed with exactly what is happening in the matches, also providing the live commentary, but unfortunately I won't be able to show you any of the actual match footage, but I will be able to tell you where the highlights are after the match, as normally I know a few sources of who does upload them on YouTube afterwards. Colby will outstep Vanamurva as well, says Carl Pedersen. Going to be a good battle out on that side, that is for sure. And we have also got in there, hi, I hope you're well, says Sebastian de Scrumless. So yeah, at this stage, I feel like all of you Kiwis who have woken up for this game, currently 3:37 in the morning, or maybe you haven't gone to sleep yet, but it is one of those ones you don't miss a first test of a British and Irish Lions tour, that is for sure. It is the last time after this tour is finished that we're going to see the tour in South Africa for 12 years. So we got to make the most of it, that is for sure. And yeah, hopefully it is going to be an extremely great match of rugby to watch. We will look at the reserves now. Like I mentioned earlier, just the one change for the British and Irish Lions in that starting lineup with the injury of Rory Sutherland. Overall, though, very solid bench for both sides. Malcolm Mark's going to be a great man to have coming off the bench for the Springboks. Kitsoff, also Mahalba, also going to be very strong. Lud Diaga making his way back in. He has been pretty unlucky when it comes to the COVID situation in the past, but now he is there. He is ready to make an impact off that bench alongside Al Start. Then also the two Yankees, Herschel Yankees and also Elton Yankees. Now, a lot of people are a little bit concerned about Elton Yankees in that regard, in that number 22 jersey, replacing Pollard later on in the match. And also Damian Valemza will be replacing, possibly, it's a hard one to say who they will actually go with there, but he is going to be another utility back that they can use later on in this match in that number 23 jersey. Looking at the British and Irish Lions side, Ken Owens and number 16, Rory Sutherland at 17 is no longer going to be 17. He is in the starting lineup, and it is going to be Marco Vonopola who does get his opportunity off the bench. Then it's going to be Kyle Sinclair, also Tyke Byrne. He has had a fantastic British and Irish Lions tour. Speaking of fantastic tours, Hamish Watson, he has got the same first name as myself. He has been looking strong as well, making tackles for fun throughout this tour. Connor Murray is a man that you want to be having coming off that bench as well. Tell you what, they are stacked at this stage. Both of these sides, I don't know what way it's going to go, and that is what's going to make it so exciting as well. Then also Owen Farrell, very experienced. He is going to be 22. Liam Williams, very good under the high ball, which may pay dividends for them later on in the match as well. Right, that is the starting lineup and reserves for both of these sides. I will be coming back to them in a little bit of a short while, but for now we will try my best to read through some of the chat that we have got. And we have also got there, I don't want to hear the match, I want to watch it as well. And yeah, unfortunately, due to licensing, any kind of thing that we show, even if it was just a split second of audio or video, it could get us banned for 3 months. And unfortunately, that would mean we would be missing the Rugby Championship, which of course we're going to get to see the 100th match between the Springboks and the All Blacks taking place. That is one that we will not want to be missing. And that is why we are going to be trying our best to be able to provide all of that commentary for you guys. We have also got, I'm a citizen, but this game isn't live on TV. What a great shame. If South Africa was planning abroad, I would have made, or would have made sense. They are, but they are playing in South Africa. Are they actually not showing it on South African TV, because if that is the case, that is a huge shame, definitely because it is the first test. So I feel like you've got to show the first test on the TV, try and get people intrigued. Surely SuperSport and whatnot aren't the only places that they are showing this one. If it is the case, yeah, that is pretty sucky indeed. The game is live on STV, but if you don't want to listen, go and watch on DSTV as well. Says it doesn't actually have a name for yourself, and experience come from me, Batman, as well, says Carl. But tell you what, the people in the chat at the moment, we got a whole heap here, and I do appreciate you all being here. It's on SuperSport as well, is the comment. I believe it would be on Stan Sport if you are in Australia, but anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are going to be back for the second and third British and Irish Lions test matches. So yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Maybe we'll try and aim for, I think we could actually get to around 40 likes before this match even kicks off in 20 minutes. Let's see if we can do it, and it is hugely appreciated. All you guys hitting that like button. We have got Kiwi Lads, Josh Navidi at 6, and Josh Adams at 14 should be a thing. I was surprised not to see Josh Adams there because of the fact he has been in incredible form for the British and Irish Lions. I believe he is the leading try scorer with around 8. I thought he would have been there for this match, but they have decided to go with Duhan van der Merwe, and that is an interesting battle. I'm going to transition into that a little bit because of the fact that Duhan van der Merwe is going to be marking Cheslin Kolbe. Now, everyone in the press conferences this week was saying to Duhan van der Merwe, how are you going to be able to counter Cheslin Kolbe? How are you going to tackle him? How are you going to be able to stop this man? And Duhan van der Merwe, he actually reversed the question a little bit, and he said back in one of his interviews, how is Cheslin Kolbe going to be able to stop me? And I feel like that is one of those ones, like it's a very confident mindset, but it could be something that he needs to use to his advantage. Of course, we've seen Cheslin Kolbe chop down larger opponents in the past, but Duhan van der Merwe, he's got pace, he's got power. He is a fellow South African. He has got a lot of skill in that regard as well. But Cheslin Kolbe, I mean, you give that man about 2 centimeters by the sideline, he'll score you a try the way that he is playing at the moment. Cheslin Kolbe had a fantastic season for Toulouse, and I feel like it's one of those ones that form, when you're in form, it's very hard to stop a man of his caliber. And with the fact that he's got Lukhanyo Arm on his outside as well, in that regard, or on his inside, sorry, in the number 13 jersey, I feel like that is a dangerous combo that the Springboks need to use throughout this match. We have seen the British and Irish Lions, though, in the past few weeks, they've been a little bit strategic with what they have been showing in terms of their strategy. They've only been going, really, I haven't seen too many backline movements. They've only been going for those big cross kicks with the likes of Farrell at 10. Also, maybe Dan Bigger goes for a few of them as well. But also, it's just in my mind, I feel like I'm rambling at this stage, but I am hugely excited for this match. As you guys can probably tell, it's one of those ones that I think they will be trying something a little bit different. They've used their forwards a lot throughout the last few matches. That will be the same, but they will also be throwing in a few little dummy cells and whatnot in the mix just to try and send a few traps for the Springboks to possibly fall into. And we will have to wait and see how it goes. As a neutral fan, other boxy underdogs, says Kawasi, I believe, if I'm not wrong, on the New Zealand betting and everything like that, the Springboks are actually paying, I think it is $1.77 to the $1.97 of the British and Irish Lions. So they are actually the favourite from the Southern Hemisphere, it seems. But I feel like it's one of those ones, the first test match, it's a must win for both sides. I've got a stat here, and it is a pretty incredible one. 1989 was the last time a side were able to win a British and Irish Lions tour when they lost the first game. I feel like I read that out wrong, so I'm going to do it again. 1989, the last time the team lost the first game, but to then go on to win the series. So that is huge. Of course, we haven't had a circumstance in the past that has been the same as this. We've had COVID throughout both of the camps in that regard. We've had a whole heap of cancelled games. We've had delayed games. We've had everything this year. We're going to look through some of the games for the British and Irish Lions, but starting also with the Springboks. They have had a game cancelled up against Georgia. They were able to have that one game that they did have a decent win in. That was their first game since the World Cup. And now they are in this situation once again of having another opportunity of being able to play. South Africa have had a couple games here and there. They played against the Bulls and they actually lost that game 17 points to 14. So that is not what they would have been wanting there, trying to build confidence heading into this game. But looking at the last matches for the British and Irish Lions, of course, they had that warm-up game up against Japan. They were able to get the win in that one. Then looking down from here, we have got the British and Irish Lions taking on the Sigma Lions. They were able to get the first win on South African soil, 56 points to 14. Next game up against the Sharks, comfortable once again for the British and Irish Lions. It was becoming a trend of them putting on 50 points at least. 54 points to the 7 of the Sharks. The third game was postponed. It was the game that was supposed to be taking place up against the Bulls, but unfortunately, due to COVID, that one did end up getting cancelled. So then, or postponed, it said, but it has been cancelled up to this point. Then also, the next game, it kind of ended up with the Sharks getting another opportunity because of that other game getting postponed for the Bulls. The Sharks were right in that game, 26-26 at halftime, but then from there, the British and Irish Lions ran away with it, 71 points to the 31. Now the one down the bottom here, it is South Africa. Were able to get the win 17-13 over the British and Irish Lions. Now, a lot of people were saying that that's an interesting win because of the fact, I don't know whether or not it was everything that Warren Gatland has up his alley that he has got in the kind of, in the arsenal, I guess you could say, because of the fact he has got a lot of tricks. And I feel like this is the two best coaches in the world going at it at this stage. And we're going to have to wait and see who will come out on top. But then the last game that they had played leading into this match, it was up against the Stormers. They were able to win it 49 points to 3, the first time that they were able to keep a side scoreless in terms of the tries that they were able to score. And that was, up against the Stormers. That was only a couple days ago. Or in fact, it was actually a week. Gee, tell you what, this week has been flying by for this British and Irish Lions. So I have to tell you, I have been exciting every single night for this matchup, and it is finally here. We see this first one that is going to be South Africa taking on the British and Irish Lions. Then we've got another game next week, and then another game the week after that. And then at the end of that, we will know exactly who is going to be winning this British and Irish Lions tour. We have got a whole heap of people in the chat as well. We have got greetings from Malaysia as well, and it's currently midnight, 28 degrees Celsius. That is a little bit warm, that is for sure. At this stage, we are -2 here in New Zealand at 3:45 a.m. Yeah, it's going to be a bit cold. Luckily, I've got the fire going, so hopefully that does keep us warm enough for this match. And we always got there, bro, do you think Mapimpi will score the first points of the game? I think he is going to score a try. I don't know whether it will be the first one, though. I feel like he's just one of those players that you give him the ball, like him and Colby out on the wings is just a perfect combination. You know, either one of them, you give them a tiny bit of space, they'll create you an opportunity to get a try. And that is exactly what they will be trying to do in the early stages of this match to try and give them a good chance of taking the lead early on, because that's the thing. This game, everyone is saying it's not going to be split by more. I think the most I've seen someone split it by is going to be, I think I've seen 10 was the absolute maximum that I have seen people splitting it by. We're sitting at 14 degrees, should be 5 degrees in Cape Town by tonight as well, says Carl Peterson. And also we have got, fun fact, because of Josh Adams not being picked, fans in Cardiff were annoyed and were throwing banana apples in the ocean at boat drivers as well. That's an interesting way of showing it, although they have got a few Welsh players in there. Of course, Alan Wynne-Jones returning from a massive injury because of the fact he did have shoulder surgery, or not even shoulder surgery, he popped a shoulder out, I believe, in the game up against Japan. Everyone thought that was going to be his tour over, but no one told him that. He was like, you know what, I'll just come back. You know, I'm all right. I'm feeling good. I'm looking like a guy who will be able to go out there and get the British and Irish Lions a win, but we will have to wait and see. Do you think it will be a high or low scoring game? I think it's going to be an in-between. I think it's going to be 20-ish points to something around 20 points as well. I think there's going to be 5 tries in the match. And there is actually a poll for you guys if you do want to have a vote on how many tries you think is going to be scored. 3 to 4 is actually the one that is leading at this stage, and then followed by 5 or 6. So you guys are going relatively high for this one. We will have to wait and see. We have also got in there who we were on in the chat, which channel on DSTV, someone from South Africa, 201. Is the comment there as well, and also anybody streaming. I don't believe there will be a stream on YouTube because of the fact that due to licensing, we are unable to show any match footage or audio, or else we will get our channels taken off YouTube. So it is a shame that I'm not able to show you guys any match footage or audio, but I will be trying my best to provide you with the best commentary possible for this one up until the final moments when I can tell you guys exactly where to find the highlights of this match as well. Would you like the tour of South Africa? Or would you like a tour of South Africa when COVID is over? I would love to be able to go to South Africa and watch a few games of rugby, even if it's just Curry Cup level. I have absolutely loved watching that competition. Rainbow Cup South Africa as well, I was loving. So yeah, if I got the opportunity to go to South Africa, I would grab it with both hands and head on a plane right now. That is for sure. We have also got, they didn't play that way. I think they will. I really think the fact that they play more rugby will benefit them as well, says Carlo van Redensburg. And that's a good point. The Springboks, they've only had a couple games since the World Cup. They had their first game up against Georgia. They were going to have a second, but unfortunately, that one ended up getting cancelled because of the COVID situation. Then from there, there is also the situation of more postponed games for them as well. They were able to get one more game up against the Bulls, which in the end, they did actually end up losing 17 points to the 14. I'm going to have to wait and see whether or not rust could be a factor for them. How much pain did New Zealand take for not winning that tour in 2017, says Kawasi. I actually, believe it or not, I wasn't following rugby as closely as I am now back in 2017. So I feel like there was probably a little bit of sting for a lot of the population, but I wasn't too bad. Overall, Cape Town looks beautiful as well. I'll tell you what, it looks like a nice day there. 9 degrees. Or sorry, it is going to be 16 degrees, 9 kilometers of wind. So it is beautiful conditions for a game of rugby. It is going to be kicking off, and I believe it would be 6 p.m. South African time, if I'm not wrong, because of the fact that it is currently 3:50 a.m. here in New Zealand. But I will quickly show the lineups once again for you guys so that you know exactly who is going to be out on the field. We will be starting with the home side, the Springboks, for this first match of the British and Irish Lions tour, the test matches. It is going to be a front row of Mbonambi, sorry, and also Nakanya. Now, Nakanya was struggling last week in the match up against Wyn Jones, but he is very lucky because Wyn Jones has ended up with a shoulder injury, which now means he is not going to be available for this match, and instead it is going to be Rory Sutherland who will be taking the reins there. Also in the lock pairing, it is going to be Eben Etzebeth, Franco Mostert as well. So 2 very talented locks for the Springboks. And Sia Khaleesi there at the number 6 jersey, back from having COVID. Also, Peter Steph Totoya, extremely talented player, good with the rush defense as well, which could be a key for them in this match. And then Kwagga Smith is going to be starting at 8. Faf de Klerk at 9. He got a yellow card in the last match. We'll have to be a little bit careful in this one, but his kicking game is just world class. Andre Pollard back for his 50th match for the South Africa side here. And it's going to be exciting to see what he can do, that is for sure. Damien de Allende and Lukanywa making up the midfield. Cheslin Colby and Mapimpi on either wing. And then Willie LaRue going to be at the back. A very strong starting lineup. And we have got in there, South Africa is freezing time as well, says Heinrich. And also we have got their score will be 24-17, Box to lose, or win, Box lose, says Heinrich. So that is a big prediction. I haven't seen too many people predicting that the Springboks will lose this match. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But if you haven't already, I will mention, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. We were trying to get to 40 by the time we got to kick off, and at this stage we are sitting at 32, so we are only 8 away. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button. Looking at the front row, Rory Sutherland's going to be slotting in at 1 rather than Wyn Jones here. Luke Cowan Dickey at 2, and Tyke Furlong going to be at 3 for this one. Then it's going to be interesting. Maro Doge, him up against Eben Etzebeth is just a battle that I feel like it's one of those ones. Eben Etzebeth, he's got a bit of a temper, but Maro Doge, he does know how to bring the worst out of some players, so we'll have to wait and see whether that will be the case in their second encounter of this tour. Now we have got there Alwyn Jones at number 5, returning from his shoulder surgery. Then it's going to be Courtney Laws at number 6, Tom Curry at number 7, and then Jack Conan number 8. So a very good loose forward trio for the British and Irish Lions. Ali Price starting at 9 because of him earning his spot in that starting lineup after the way that he played last week up against the Stormers. Dan Bigger at 10, Henshaw and Daly making up the midfield. So a couple changes there for Warren Gatlin. Duan van der Merwe going to be marking up Cheslin Colby, but he is a very dangerous runner of the ball himself there, Duan van der Merwe, and he will be open to do well here. Anthony Watson out on the other wing, who has been having a very good British and Irish Lions tour so far. Stuart Hogg going to be at number 15. Then looking at the reserves, the one change on the screen is just the one that is Rory Sutherland. He has moved into the starting lineup, and that means now that it is going to be Marco Vunipola who will be starting there. We have got what time is kickoff? It is going to be in around 7 minutes time, I believe. So we are getting extremely close to this match getting underway, which is absolutely awesome. At this stage, it's going to be an exciting game. That is for sure. It's going to be a close one. I don't think it's going to be split by more than around 7 points, I think, is my prediction at this stage. But at this stage, also looking at these benches, there's going to be a lot of late impact for both of these sides. And yeah, it's going to be absolutely awesome to see who is going to be able to get the win. Now, quickly, while we are waiting for this match to get almost underway, they are just doing a bit of a welcome to the British and Irish Lions before this match gets underway, for the British and Irish Lions to have their first test match up against the Springboks. We will quickly show what happened the last time these two sides kind of played. South Africa A, they had a very strong side, and the British and Irish Lions were taking them on. The score was actually 17 to South Africa A, 13 to the British and Irish Lions. Now, looking through the try scorers of that last match, it was Nkosi, and early on as well, he almost had another opportunity in that one. Lukanywa also able to score 2 yellow cards, though, Faf de Klerk and also Marco van Staden, who is not playing in this match. Then the one try scorer for the British and Irish Lions up against South Africa A was actually Wyn Jones, who isn't there for the British and Irish Lions in this one. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not there will be a back scoring a try for the British and Irish Lions. Definitely with their match up against the Stormers, having so many of their forward scoring. I believe there was only one try scored by a back in that match for them. Could be very interesting, but by the looks of it, we are getting moments away from the sides making their way out onto the field. It looks like it is going to be the British and Irish Lions heading out very soon. Tell you what, I've got goosebumps at the moment, and not just because we are sitting at -2 here in New Zealand on a very chilly morning at 3:55 a.m. We're getting close. We're getting ready for the first match. Alan Wynne-Jones carrying out the Lion at this stage. No one was expecting him to be back at this stage of this tour. He had a terrible injury in that match up against Japan, yet somehow the man is back and he is ready to go. Here we have got good day, young man. Looking forward to a wonderful game of rugby. Really hoping the teams can make your highs box to take this as well, says Gail Jacobs. And at this stage, I feel like with kickoff approaching, I don't know who I'm picking. Once again, I'm changing my mind. I feel like I change my mind that often when it comes to these two sides of who is going to be the winner. I've said straight away my prediction was going to be that the series is going to be 2-1, but I haven't decided who's going to be the 2-1 side that are going to be winning it, but they are showing Alan Wynne-Jones. He is going to have a lot of pressure on his shoulder. He will have a whole country, a whole nation of Wales who are well and truly on his shoulders in this match, hoping he will be able to have a good game. But across from him, Evan Etzebeth, an absolute beast, a powerhouse of rugby. Going to be exciting to see what he can do as well. We have got there South Africa is just so full of stars. Andre Pollard will conduct the South Africa offense, and that's the thing. Andre Pollard, 50th game for him as well. Normally, I mean, Mornay Steyn, I think, won a match for them I think it was 2009, if I'm not wrong. Mornay Steyn was able to get that win for them. So now Andre Pollard, maybe he will be slotting over a last-minute penalty to win them this match. And I will mention that stat that I mentioned a little bit earlier on. 1989 was the last time a side who lost the first match of a 3-match series for the British and Irish Lions Test series were able to win a tour. So whoever wins this is almost guaranteed either to be able to win the tour or possibly end up in that situation of being able to draw. But of course, no one wants a draw in this situation. We want to see a winner. We want to see who is going to be the best, whether or not the Springboks are going to be able to get the win here, or whether it will be possibly the British and Irish Lions, the away side, the team that have played about 3 or 4 more matches than South Africa in recent time. Are they going to be the side who will be able to get the win? Do let me know your score predictions in the chat as well. And anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated, the amount of support you guys have been showing on the stream. I think this is almost the most viewers we have ever had watching. I think we are only around 100 off. So I do appreciate you all being here for this one. We are going to be providing the live commentary very soon to this match, and I'm hyped up for it. I hope you guys are as well. Green and gold never fold as well, says Marco Vanopolvia. And that's the thing. Their defense is absolutely phenomenal. The Springboks, like, they missed a few tackles in that match between South Africa A and the British and Irish Lions, but they still were only able to score the 1 try, the British and Irish Lions. Is it going to be the case here? We will have to wait and see. We have what's got there. All right, but hope all as well. Mr. Thickboy says Lions by 7 as well, says Thickboy. And we have also got in there from Heinrich something, but I'm not too sure what it is. Ric Flair noises, woo. And I would have wooed a little bit louder, but I think everyone else is still asleep at this stage in my house. And we have also got Wish New Zealand Warriors, we're as buff and built as these South Africa Zulu Warriors. Tell you what, the first guy that came out looked like he was a very solid unit indeed. But now the Springboks making their way out onto the field. Sio Khaleesi leading the boys out. This is a massive moment in South African rugby history. The first tour that has ever been affected by something like this with what we are going through at the moment. But Sio Khaleesi, he wants to lead his boys to a victory here for the first match of the British and Irish Lions tour. Like I mentioned, goosebumps head to toe at the moment in this one. First half, 2 Lions tries, Furlong and Hogg, and 1 Bok try and Mapimpi as well, says Sebastian. So that is a very bold prediction, but maybe it will be the case. I think in my prediction, I did mention, I think that the Springboks are going to have the better of the first half, and maybe the British and Irish Lions will have the better of the second, and that is just due to how many more games that the British and Irish Lions have been playing. They've got a strong bench as well with the likes of Farrell and also Liam Williams going to be as an option. We have got I think I read a little bit of each of his words and then ended up mixing them up there in the situation. And we have also got there, I mean, I feel it in my bones, man, I'm feeling it in my lady bones as well, says Scrublass. And also we have got Box will outmuscle the Lions today. Tell you what, that huge hit that Evan Etzebeth did on Liam Williams at the start of the last match between South Africa A and the British and Irish Lions, that was a hit that was heard around the world with the amount of power that he put into that one. And that is exactly what they are going to have to do in this game. They need to make sure they stay physical. They need to stay in that situation of being able to dominate the breakdown, because we've seen when the Springboks dominate a breakdown, they win games. And we've seen it in the past. We saw it in the World Cup up against England. What a game that was for the Springboks. They will be hoping to put on a performance like that in this match as well. Like I mentioned, 1989, the last time that we did see a side win a British and Irish Lions tour after losing the first match. I'm excited. Hope you guys are as well. Lions team is not good enough. No Zammit, no Adams, no Henshaw, no Smith, no Murray as well, says Simru. Although I know Henshaw is at 12 if I'm not wrong. But then also, yeah, it's interesting that they didn't go with Josh Adams. I would have thought he would have been almost a given for this match with the form that he has been finding. They have gone with instead Anthony Watson out on one wing, and then also it will be Duan Vanamova. That is a bold pick by Warren Gatland, so maybe he knows something that we don't, because I would have thought maybe you would go with Josh Adams to mark up against Chisel and Colby. I feel like that is more of a pound for pound that would work out, but maybe Duan Vanamova, his size, might be able to help them out. I'm gutted for Josh Adams not making the first 23, so I'm calling Anthony Watson for the first try scorer, says Thick Boy. I feel like that is a decent shout indeed, and that is another man people are picking to be able to score a try. Mbonambi in this one, maybe the rolling maul becomes a factor for the Springboks early on in this match. 6 tries in the match, 3 each. I think Lions will just be able to win with a penalty kick as the difference, says Mark Jones, and I think that is something, I know, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. As said, 28 to the South Africa side and 10 to the Lions. That is actually the biggest split in terms of a prediction that I've seen so far. Final score 50 or 45-50 for the Springboks. Tell you what, if we get that many tries in this match, it will be extremely, just incredibly fast-paced rugby. I would think at Wales shouldn't be allowed to have a repeat head coach or Kiwi coaches as well, says Marco Vunapola. But at this stage now, we are only moments away from the kickoff. I hope you guys are all excited for this match, the first match of the British and Irish Lions tour, the test matches that is, and I am extremely hyped up for this one. Cape Town Stadium, they don't have a crowd. That is the only thing that would make this moment a lot better, is being able to have the likes of the Barmy Army, also the Springbok supporters in the house. But unfortunately, due to times, we aren't able to do so, but hopefully they will still have an incredibly great game of rugby. Good to see you, bro. And South Africa 24, British and Irish Lions 16 as well. And it is going to be Nick Berry. I know that that man's name is known in Australia and New Zealand, and not for a good reason. Unfortunately, he has had some questionable calls in the past, Nick Berry, but maybe he will have a very good game here. Here we are, only moments away from kickoff. I need under 41.5 points for 2.8K. Says Paul, I mean, if you do end up winning, there is a donation button if you want to throw $1 or $2 at the channel. Hugely appreciated, of course. We have also got Get On Kiwi Lad from Sundsvall, Sweden as well, says Fraser. So welcome into the live stream, mate, and from the UK as well, says Wind Up. And he really wants the Lions to win. But at this stage now, Dan Big are going to be kicking off this one left to right in this match. The match is now going to be underway. The British and Irish Lions tour test matches are here. We'll take a deep breath, because this will be the last one that we do get in this match, I think. And Dan Big are now going to be kicking off this one. Kicking to the right-hand side, by the looks of it, we are underway for the test matches of the British and Irish Lions tour, taken nicely by Dalende, but he is going to be tackled straight away by Elliot Daly inside of the 22. And the Springboks now, it looks like Faf de Klerk might consider just kicking this one high. And that is something he did very well in the last match that he did play, Faf de Klerk for South Africa A. Kicking high now. Courtney Law's trying to charge it down. That one's gone into touch. And it is going to be now a line out for the British and Irish Lions, about 30 out from the Springboks line. We have got, like the fact you're talking non-stop feels like a real commentary. Thanks, bro, as well, says Sheep Shearer. As well, no worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Anyone who is new, be sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. We are going to be providing commentary for the second and third matches as well. It's going to be a high kick straight away from Dan Bigger. And it's going to be an awkward one. Who's going to take it all to Vanamova, almost able to take that one in the air. And that is the one advantage I feel that he has over Cheslin Colby. That and probably the strength. He's got the height. And that was almost taken very nicely by Duan Vanamova in the air. Could have been an early opportunity there, but it is going to be offside against the British and Irish Lions instead. So now on the 22, Andre Pollard going to be kicking this one for touch. We have also got, how are you, Hamish? Says Bertie V, I'm doing extremely well, mate. It is a awesome time because of the fact that we have got the British and Irish Lions tour. It is here. It is finally here that we are going to get to see the test matches. At times it didn't look like it was going to be certain, but now it is going to be happening, and it should be a very entertaining matchup. It is going to be now the Springboks with this line out throw, about 45 out from the British and Irish Lions line. We have got Southern Hemisphere refs need to help out the South Africans. Let's go as well, says Marco Vodopolabia. And that's the thing. They actually ended up in that situation of a South African TMO came in last minute. I believe, if I'm not wrong. So it's going to be interesting to see whether that has a factor on the game. I don't think it should, but we have got best of luck with your commentary, mate. Looking forward to it in rural Thailand. Says Cotswold. And also, yes, my brother says Tian. The stage now going right over the back, goes to Damien Dialende. He has got tackled by Tom Curry there. And at the stage now, the Springboks going to be about 45 out. Faf de Klerk once again going for the high kick just outside of the 22. Taken beautifully by Duan van der Merwe now. And he has been dragged down to the ground by, it was Oxnashe. Ali Price now going to be firing this one short side. Looks like they are going to be possibly setting up for either backline movement or a kick here possibly for the British and Irish Lions. And it looks like Ali Price now kicking this one high on the left boot. And at this stage now, it seems like both sides going for that kicking game relatively early. Andre Pollard taking that one, and he has been pushed into touch there by Tom Curry with a good tackle on him. And now it's going to be the British and Irish Lions who will have the next line out throw. We have got in Sri Lanka watching. Go Lions as well, says Sheep Shearer. And also we have got, hopefully you can keep up the excitement. Don't peak too early as well, says Sheep Shearer. I don't think that is going to be possible for me to peak too early because this match I have been looking forward to for a long time. We have got at this stage, it is 4:05 a.m. here in New Zealand. But I am wide awake for this match. Wasn't able to sleep beforehand. Ali Price taking that one now. Dan Bigger on the halfway line. That was a huge hit from Lucanio. And straight away now the Springboks have been able to steal that ball. And that is what everyone expected. The physical game. Quagga Smith now going to be tackled by Stuart Hogg 40 metres out from the British and Irish Lions line. Faf de Klerk now. He is going to be passing it across. It's going to be Oxnashe now. Trevor Nakanya now trying to drive forward a little bit. And once again, Faf de Klerk puts it on the boot. That one is going to be a nice, easy take there for Stuart Hogg, and he does take the mark just to be safe. Kicks this one downfield. He has got a long boot on him. It's going to be going right down to the 22 of the Springboks, taken by Willie LaRue now. And he is going to be returning fire on the left boot. Gislin Colby chasing this one hard, trying to line it up. Wasn't quite able to take an awkward fall there, and it was taken beautifully by Stuart Hogg, though. Going to be now Ali Price, gives it to Jack Conan, who has had a very decent British and Irish Lions tour so far. Back to Price now. Dan Bigger kicks it high. Kicking game once again seems to be the aim of the game for both of these sides. Andre Pollard taking another high ball, but he is tackled by Duan van der Merwe now. And currently 35 out from the line here. The Springboks going to give it to Ebenezer. Beff tackled and driven backwards in the tackle by Maro Toje. Counter-ruck here, almost from the British and Irish Lions, but Quagga Smith able to take it nicely. Now it looks like once again it is going to be Faf de Klerk kicking this one high. And at this stage, seems like he is going to be going kick after kick to see if he can cause a mistake in the British and Irish Lions. Jumpers, is he going to take it? Oh, it's taken beautifully by Gislin Colby. Falls on his back, but he has claimed that one for the Springboks. De Klerk now using the back line, goes back to Pollard. Willie LaRue kicking a little chip in mind. It's going to be chased by Makazole Mapimpi. It's the name that wasn't coming out. Stuart Hogg with a good run downfield, but he is tackled there by Mapimpi. Counter-ruck here from the Springboks, and they have been able to steal it once again in the breakdown. Going to be better. Steph Tatoy now trying to drive forward. He is tackled low by Cowan Dickey, going short side. Damien Dialende making an extra metre or two for the Springboks at this stage. We've hardly had a stoppage other than a couple line-outs. Trevor Nakanya with a good run forward for the Springboks there. Maro Toje trying to roll the ball forward onto the British and Irish line side. Not quite able to get it. Willie LaRue now flat ball into the hands of Ebenezer. He has been tackled by Alan Wynne-Jones, the returning Alan Wynne-Jones as well. He was going to be out for the whole tour with a shoulder injury, but he is in that situation now of being able to come back, which is very awesome to see indeed. Now Faf de Klerk gets it to Oxnashe once again. Going to be driving forward here. The big number one for the Springboks. They have been holding on to the ball very nicely. 6 paces in a row now. Willie LaRue trying to step a great low tackle on him by Tom Curry. And it is just ruthless defence at the moment from the Springboks. It's going to be Dialende trying to roll. He slowly went forward. Only a couple extra metres there for him. Just outside of the 22 now, going to be 30 metres out, and he has forced the error there, Maro Toje, and because of it now, the British and Irish Lions are going to be taking this ball back. Goes back to Stuart Hogg, and he has kicked that one down the middle of the field. I will try my best to read all the chat in a very short moment, but for first, we need this ball to go out, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be Andre Pollard now driving forward. Good tackle on him by Lawstow. Counter-ruck, Jack Conan trying to get that one, not able to. Faf de Klerk going short side, and a little kick in behind it, and it's gone into touch now. And that is one of the longest phases of the game, hopefully, that we are going to be witnessing. We have got Aimer Man. How are you doing tonight? Go Springboks, says Jeffrey Fokker. Yeah, at this stage, we have got a lot of Springbok supporters in the chat. And I do appreciate you all being here for this one. Pile has said, my man, as well. Welcome in as well, mate. And we have also got in there, Kiwis back in the box, says Marco Vonopolar Bear. And hi, Visura, says Sheep. And from Sri Lanka, let's go Box, says Hitman. And also go Bocky, says Cole. And at this stage now, it's going to be interesting to see who is going to be able to score the first try of the match. Do let me know in the chat who you think will be scoring the opening try of this one. I am curious to know, do you think it will be a Springbok player, or do you think it will be the British and Irish Lions? Going to be claimed there for the line out there for the British and Irish Lions. Cowan Dickey now slowly just marching it forward with the rolling maul. Eben Etzebeth trying to get through the middle. And the big question is whether or not he's done it legally. I think he almost has. And because of it now, it is going to be a penalty advantage there. I believe it was up against the Toy, though. Now it's going to be Conan goes back. Little kick in behind from Dan Bigger. Bouncing up nicely almost for Henshaw. Going into the hands of Pollard, though. And that now means that it is going to be the first penalty of the match. And it goes to the British and Irish Lions. They're a little bit too far out to be able to take on the kick, though. By the looks of it, Go Box from Dubai as well, says Ryan. And also we have got in there, RSA represents, says Glub, and also Box says Tia. And we have also got Southern Hemisphere will win, says Scudderman. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Shorter said nice commentary, my brother, as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Quagga Smith first try as well, says Dexter, for the prediction. 67 likes, 545 watching. Body slam that like button, y'all. Much appreciated as well, says Scrumless. And Sydney has predicted Chisel and Colby for this one. But if you haven't already, be sure to leave that like on the live stream. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are going to be covering a lot more rugby content, including the British and Irish Lions tour second match between them and the Springbok. Where's the live stream as well, says Sully. I am watching it on Sky Go here in New Zealand, but there is the option of Supersport, DSTV, also Stan Sport, and I think maybe Rugby Pass might have it, but I'm not too sure. But also Sky in the UK will have this game. 40 metres out now. Going to be going back. Ali Price. Dan Bigger offloads it back. Tom Curry gives it to Anthony Watson, and now he's driving for a good tackle on him by Quagga Smith, though. And he was straight on the ball, almost able to get the interception, but not quite rushing up. There was better stiff to Toy. We know that he will now. It's going to be too unfit to move. A little knock on. A little four pass, I believe the call is. But yeah, that is one thing that they have almost scouted of Peter Steph Toy, is he will be rushing up in defence. And that is one thing he does extremely well, Peter Steph Toy. He is able to shut down an attacking line from the defence, or sorry, from the attack that are in that back line. And at this stage, they were also talking about before this match it being one of the shortest front row for the Springboks in recent history. It is going to be Oxnashe, Bongi, Umbanambi, and also Trevor Nakanye. And this is going to be the first scrum of the game. Now, somewhere that Nakanye struggled with last week was up against, the situation, it was up against, I believe he was scrummaging up against Wyn Jones is the name I was looking for, but he is out with a shoulder injury, which is very good news for Nakanye. Wrong turn to score the first try as well, says Quagga, and says Gloob about Quagga. And also we have got, yes, everyone hates England, says David, and keep it up, mate, says Gary as well, but that one has gone in there. Good scrum from the box, or it's gone down on the front row, but it is still going to be able to be used, and they've got the advantage as well. Now it's going to be de Klerk, gives it back to Pollard. Now it's going to be a wide ball. Willie LaRue steps back on the inside, trying to find a bit of a gap, and he's found it there. Willie LaRue driving forward, tries the offload, didn't quite work out for him, and now it's going to be a knock-on advantage. That's going to be over, though, into the 22. Is it going too fast? Stuart Hogg has kicked that ball far, and it is just going to roll too far there. Quagga Smith covering it, and because of it now, it's going right back to where that kick did take place, and it is going to be a scrum feed for the Springboks there. We have also got in the chat, I'll tell you what, there is a lot of chat at the moment. Do appreciate you all being here. Like I mentioned, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are going to be covering all of the matches. And also, we are currently sitting on 3,600 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. So I do thank you all very much for that. And maybe, I don't know, the way that we are going, maybe we will be able to push towards that 3,700 by the end of this one. We will have to wait and see. We have what's got in there. How can I watch the match? Unfortunately, I don't believe there's anywhere to watch it on YouTube that will actually be showing the match footage. But unfortunately, other than kind of the live commentary side of it, I think it is all subscription-based. But there will be highlights on YouTube of the game afterwards as well. Can you please update us on where they are on the field? Says Jack, at this stage, they are going to be sitting Springboks 40 metres out from the British and Irish Lions line. And we are just waiting for the scrum to get back underway. It is currently 10 minutes into this match. This says 12, but for me, we are currently sitting at 10 and a half. And it is going to be extremely exciting to see who is going to be able to get the first try of this match. We have got Lions made up of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, as well, says Bella, with a Great Britain flag as well. But at this stage now, Fifth de Klerk feeding this ball in for the Springboks. They had a good first scrum. It looks like the second one's going to be relatively strong. No, it's going to be both front rows going up. So now it is going to be the situation of the scrum reset. And I'll tell you what, both of these sides look fired up in that front row for both of them to be able to do great things in the scrum. Like I mentioned, Nakanye struggled last week, but this week, Oxnashe taking on, and it's going to be Tyke Furlong. That is a battle and a half. That is for sure. Do you think rugby is coming home as well, says Lyndon? I think whoever wins this first match, I want to say is going to win the tour purely because of that stat that I mentioned about 1989. The last time a team that lost the first match of a tour was able to actually win that tour. I think for me it's going to be 2-1, but I haven't decided on who it is going to be that will be able to get the 2 wins at this stage. Where are they on the field as well, says Jack? They are still 40 metres out. We're still having that scrum reset at this stage. And Faf de Klerk will be feeding this ball in. Nick Berry is the referee. I know that not too many people at this stage are a fan of Nick Berry's work. They have taken this one quickly here for the free kick because of the scrum not quite working out for them. Faf de Klerk now with a little kick in behind into the 22 of the British and Irish lines. It's going to be in the hands of Watson, who has got this ball only a few metres out from his line. He is just running sideways, Anthony Watson, and he is driven down by Oxnashare in the end. Tell you what, he was looking like he was going all the way there, Watson, but now it is going to be Dan Bigger kicking this one from just outside of his own 5 metre line down the middle of the field. And it is going to be Pollard on the halfway line, trying to step out to the side, finding a bit of space there, Andre Pollard, but he's isolated himself. But they have still got this ball here, the Springboks now, and it's going to be in the hands of Trevor Nakanye. That was actually Oxnashare, and it's going to be a penalty advantage against Tom Curry for not being able to roll away. So this is an ideal opportunity here for the Springboks. That ball has been dropped, though. And I would think from here they are going to be taking on the 3 points. We have got Let's Go Bok, says Bertie V, and who's got the ball, and we're on the field, says Jack. At this stage, it is a penalty to the Springboks. 12 and a half minutes into this one, about 43 metres out, I think this one is going to be. So whether or not they decide to take on the kick, I'm pretty sure that they will. They may even be closer, maybe around that 35. We have also got there, snap, Spinosaurus spotted it. So says Growloads and Faf de Klerk is going to score first. Says Abadia. Hopefully I'll pronounce that correctly. But yeah, at this stage, they are going to be taking on the first points of this match here. The British and Irish lines are going to be under a little bit more pressure with the Springboks. They will be able to get the first 3. I have jinxed this one possibly, though, because Andre Pollard, he hasn't taken this kick yet, but I feel like it is something that he would be able to smash down the middle here. Andre Pollard, we will have to wait and see, though. But at this stage now, it is going to be his first kick of his 50th appearance for the Springboks. We have got Andre Pollard, laser-like precision, says Marco Vunapolabia. I feel like that is something that I normally jinx, though, in that regard. But we will have to wait and see. I feel like he should be able to get it. He will have a few nerves for this 50th test match, but feel like he will be able to get this one straight down the middle here, Andre Pollard. And he has got it. So now the score is going to be 3-0 to South Africa over the British and Irish Lions. Quagga Smith knows this hilarious, says John. It is rather wonky, I guess you could say. I don't know how many times he's broken it, but I assume it would be quite a few as well. We have got, did you watch the NBL final? Wellington States won, Kiwi lads as well, says Jeffrey. So you will be very happy with that indeed. I didn't actually get a chance to be able to watch it, sadly, in that regard. But yeah, hopefully I do get to watch a few more other sports in the next couple of weeks, with the fact that, of course, the Olympics is on at the moment, just inside of their own 22 here. The Springboks are once again going to be looking for a kicking opportunity once Nakanye just hits the ball up just a little bit further to create that angle now for Faf de Klerk to be able to clear his lines. He has been told to use it here, Faf de Klerk. And he has put it nice and high, just checking to see whether or not it was inside or outside. Has been kicked downfield, gone to Stuart Hogg. Not the best kick that time. Now it's going to be a counter-attack. Jack Conan was able to hit that ball up, currently 35 out from the Springboks line. Now Maro Doge with his first carry. He's getting driven backwards in the tackle there by the Springbok forward 7. Hetzabev getting involved as well. Almost became a maul there, but they were able to drag him down in the end. And it is going to be now, I believe it's going to be a scrum feed to the Springboks. Yes, it is. Evan Hetzabev able to trap that ball in that one, so that is now going to be the scrum feed for the Springboks. Very good defence there from them. But Maro versus Hetzabev, it is the battle that we thought was going to be the big one to be able to see, that is for sure. And at this stage, it looks like those two are going to be bringing out a lot of physicality in this matchup. Want to see the match as well, says Potty. I think your best options are DSTV, or also I think it is going to be Supersport as the other option in South Africa for that one. Pull-up penalty as well, says Dex. And also we have got underpaid stream, mate. Sorry, as well, says Scrum Lads, and Screw the Noses, report the game situation as well, says Jack. But at this stage now, they are going to be once again with the scrum reset. I feel like every time I read your message, it's a scrum reset. But now it is going to be Faf de Klerk, currently sitting around 40 metres out from the Springboks own line here. And they will be hoping that they can work out how to get back into the half of the British and Irish lines. It's going to be Faf de Klerk now firing it downfield with a big kick downfield, and that is a nice one. Or Stuart Hogg slipping over, and because of it, it does go into touch. And that's going to be 20 metres out now from their own line here. The British and Irish lines are now going to have a lot of pressure on this line-out throw for Cowan Tigui. We have also got, can I watch the game on my phone? If you have got the likes of DSTV or anything like that, I feel like you will be able to. I think also after the game is over, they will have highlights on YouTube as well. How's the voice going to hold up? Says up. And luckily, I have trained it before. I've done many live streams back-to-back, so hopefully it is going to be all right for this one as well. I can't watch. This is the best thing as well, says Sheep, and or the next best thing. And we have got, come on, British and Irish Lions, says Man of the World. But at this stage now, they're going to be under pressure inside of their own 22 with this line out. that they are going to have to try and get right. Oh, I think there is just Nick Berry, having a bit of a chat. And it is going to be a green penalty. So I'm not sure what happened there. We are going to have a quickly look. Filthy Lion late contact. Thuggish like from Thomas Curry as well, says Marco Vunipolavia. So they're going to be going right back. And that is a big moment. Was in the end, Faf de Klerk kicking it downfield. And then Tom Curry just hit him, Faf de Klerk, in the ribs there. And because of it now, it does reverse the penalty. We have got, he is a pro, isn't he, as well, says Sheep Shearer. And also we have got Curry should be Faf's mate too, says Marco Vunipolavia. That's the thing, Sail Sharks teammates, those two. So I feel like they'd have a bit of a rivalry there out on the field, but it is going to be the penalty now for the Springboks, and that's going to be back in their own half, I believe. But I think they have already taken that kick, so now it is going to be possibly they are going to be taking the shot, I think. I'm not sure where they are taking this one from. We haven't really seen it, but they are showing Rassi Erasmus, of course. He is the water boy for this one, British and Irish Lions. It's tough as well, says MJ Young. And also we have got come on the box, says Najib. At the stage, Henri Pollard looking like he is going to be taking on another kicking opportunity here off the tee. Currently sitting from one kick so far attempted. He has been able to get it, and he will be open to extend that. Keep it 100% throughout this whole match would be very impressive. Bellies versus a Bok as well, says MJ Young. But Henri Pollard out there for his 50th test match as well. Very impressive from him, just returning from injury as well. So he will be wanting to have a very good performance. They have got Elton Yankees, who will be coming off the bench in this one a little bit later on. British and Irish Lees, I'm not too sure what that is. And also is Franz Stein playing as well, says Potty. Not in this one. They have decided to go with Yankees on the bench. And also that one has gone down the middle. The other spear back is going to be Damian Valimza that they have decided to go with. But now the score is going to be 6-0 for South Africa over the British and Irish Lions. Tom Curry, thanks, mate. Keep it up, brother. Love you. This is Marco Vunipolavia. And Nipoti, says MJ Young. That is a good kick. Good strike of the ball by Henri Pollard. That is exactly what he wanted or will be wanting to continue to do throughout this one. Quagga Smith taking that one off kickoff just outside of the 22. Being brought back in, and they have been told to release him there, the British and Irish Lions. Alan Wynne Jones trying to make a nuisance of himself in that breakdown, trying to get into that breakdown and try and steal that ball. But now Faf de Klerk looks like he will be once again going for this high kick. And he has done so. Now, the interesting factor in the last match that the British and Irish Lions played up against South Africa A, the last try that the Springboks / South Africa A were able to score was actually in the 33rd minute. They were able to score 2 in that first half. But other than that, no more tries for them. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they are kind of later on in this game, perhaps. Of course, in a test match, you take every three-pointer that you can. And that's a big hit on Henshaw by, in the end, Sia Khaleesi and Peter Stiftatoy. Now it's going to be Daly. Good low tackle from Lucanio Arm. It was an offside advantage, though, against Lucanio Arm. And now it's going to be a penalty to the British and Irish Lions. About 45 out. No, it's going to be 40. So because of this now, I feel like that's an easy kicking penalty. Is Dan Bigger going to be taking it on? That's a big question. Yes, they are. They are going to be taking the 3 points. Like I mentioned, we have got who are the Lions backs as well, says Sheep Shearer. While we have got a little bit of a stoppage in play, we'll quickly put them up on the screen for you guys. In this one, they have gone with Dan Bigger, Henshaw, Daly, also Van der Merwe out on that right left wing side. Sorry, I feel like that was one of the surprises that not too many people were expecting. And then also Anthony Watson going to be out on that other side with Stuart Hogg as fullback. So a decent backline. Also, Ali Price is another name that after the game that he had last week up against the Stormers, it was pretty tough to deny him that spot in that starting lineup. But I will mention while we are waiting for Dan Bigger to take this kick, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are going to be covering all 3 of the British and Irish Lions test matches. Dan Bigger kicks this one, and he has got it straight down the middle. So now the score in this one is going to be 6 to South Africa, 3 to the British and Irish Lions. It's only a 3-point game at this stage. Who is the centres as well, says Potty Stain. They have gone with Lucanio Arm at 13, and also it will be Damien Dialende, who will be at 12. Go Springboks as well, says Roy. And also we have got in there Dan Bigger, aka Crybaby, Flappy Bird Arms, waving up and down. Would you get the ref as well, says Marco Vunipolavia. I haven't heard him have that name before. And we have got, this is Alan Wynne Jones, 158 test cap. The man's an absolute legend. The fact that he returned from injury as well, when a lot of people said that he shouldn't have, in terms of the fact that he shouldn't have somehow been ready, but he was. And at this stage now, he is out there for this British and Irish Lions tour match, and it is pretty awesome to see him out there. Willie LaRue taking that one on the halfway line now. Quagga Smith running hard, and Maro Itoje straight on the ball, and he has been able to win the turnover clean for the British and Irish Lions there. Ali Price now going to be giving it to Tom Curry. No look pass to Cowan Dickey now, the Englishman linking up here. Now going back to Price, and it is going to be Dan Bigger kicking this one extremely high into the sky here. at Cape Town Stadium. Who wants it? It's going to be taken beautifully by Andre Pollard. That is about the third time he has taken the ball very nicely in the air. It's been ripped away, but they were told to release it, so that is why it's going to be a penalty against the British and Irish Lions. Once again, we have what's got morning, lads. I forgot about this game, says Tesla. And yeah, at this stage, it is looking like it's going to be an extremely close one. I want to see the Boo lineup, please, as well, says JP. So we will put that up while we are waiting for this kick to go into touch from Andre Pollard. This is the side that the Springboks have decided to go with in this matchup. Now, they have got some very talented players out on that field. I'm looking at Cheslin Colby Mapimpi returning into that number 11 jersey as well. I feel like with those two on either side, if they can get that back line going, but that is the problem. The rush defence of the British and Irish Lions, I feel like that can really shut down a backline movement. So they're going to have to probably throw a few cutout passes, which then opens up that risk-reward factor, and it is whether or not they will be willing to take it on. So we will have to wait and see. But yeah, at this stage, looking like a very strong lineup for the Springboks. And now it will be a line out here for Mbonambi to throw this one 30 metres out from the British and Irish Lions line. Now, the rolling ball was something else that someone was mentioning that maybe will be a factor for them in this match here. The Springboks, that's going to be a beautiful drive here for them, and it's going to be Mbonambi at the back, breaking off the side now. It's going to be Seo Khaleesi driving forward, and they are going to be 5 metres short now. Rolling forward, it's going to be Maro Itoje straight on the ball, and he wins the penalty for the British and Irish Lions. I tell you what, Faf de Klerk not too happy about it, that is for sure, because of the fact Maro Itoje straight on the ball, and that is the second time he's been able to turn it over in the breakdown, and MJ from the Philippines as well. So welcome in, and can you please show the match? Unfortunately, due to copyright, if I was to show any match footage, the live stream would unfortunately get taken down. So I am sorry about that, but I will be trying my best to provide you with the audio, or not the audio, but my commentary. And yeah, hopefully you are able to follow along with this game. First ever Van der Merwe in the Lions team as well, says MJ Young. And that's the thing, he's marking up with Cheslin Colby in this match. So it is not an easy day at the office for his first ever encounter with Cheslin Colby, that is for sure. It is going to be Cowan Dickey now going to the middle. Oh, it's gone over the top there. And Mbonambi's going to be taking that one. Almost a little knock on, but somehow he's been able to hang on to that one. So now about 35 out now. The Springboks are going to have another attacking opportunity. It's going to be now Pollard putting it high on the boot. Who wants it? It's going to be Duan van der Merwe trying to take it. It's a little knock on there from Cheslin Colby. No, it's gone backwards, and it's a knock on advantage against the British and Irish Lions. On the 22 now, they are going to have another attacking opportunity. Cheslin Colby, first receiver, cross kick here. Going out to Mapimpi, or is it? No, it's been knocked on there, I think. And they are going to be going back. They're going back, I should say. First ever Van der Merwe, the Lions team as well, says MJ Young. And also we have got Maro's, Maro's a beast at the breakdown, isn't he? Yeah, he's been playing very well throughout the early stages of this match. And I feel like that is exactly what he needed to do for this one. He needs to make sure that he doesn't give away too many penalties. In the last match, I think he gave away about 3 or 4, but then he also was able to get some turnovers in that one. I think he got 3 or 4 of them as well. Give Colby some space and it's over as well, says Tesla. Yeah, that's the thing. In the match, South Africa A up against the British and Irish Lions, as soon as he had that little bit of space down the wing, created the opportunity. It was a kick from the British and Irish Lions. It was just a nothing kick that went down to him. And then from there, offload on the inside, Luke Kanyuam was the man who was able to score it. And it was a very impressive one. But at this stage now, we have had 25 minutes gone in this match. And at this stage, no tries have been scored as of yet. But I feel like one isn't too far away at this stage. That is for sure. We have got in there Marcus Smith from the Philippines. 2 random fact for you. Says Sick Boy. I didn't actually know that. So that is indeed a fun fact. We have got Scrumley, said MLR Eastern Conference today on or final on today too. Yet my United Rugby New York, or my Rugby United New York, says Scrumless as well. And Mara is a talented lad. He is indeed. And I feel like he's one of those players that a lot of people thought he wasn't going to be put in the starting lineup because of those penalties. But then with the fact that he was able to win so many turnover penalties as well for his side, I felt like it was one of those ones that they would have a spot for him somewhere. Definitely alongside Alan Wynne-Jones, but now Faf de Klerk on the 22. It's going to be now drive forward Oxen the Sheh, trying to bounce off the tackle, but Ty Furlong making the tackle. Elliot Daly trying to rip that ball away. He's giving away the penalty now. And now they've got the advantage. Little knock on from Willie LaRue. And it is going to be going back. And I would think from here that it will be another free kick or free penalty kick, I should say, for the Springboks. I had a little jogger there for a moment. We always got Toje did his skills in England. Did get his skills in England. Toje went to Harrow School, one of England's greatest rugby playing schools, and the most expensive as well, says Hamish. And also kick, bloody hell, says David. Yeah, there's been a lot of kicks throughout the early stages of this match. I feel like both sides just trying to feel each other out, trying to find those gaps that could then open up a backline opportunity. But so far, both sides playing it very strategic, like a test match. And I feel like in the second half, we will start to see some sides open up a little bit more when we do get to see a few more subs being made as well. Like the benches in this game, while we are waiting for this kick to be taken by Andre Pollard, I will show the benches. Two very strong sides off the bench as well, around the bloody ball as well, says Body. And also we have got Maro Toje, one of the best number 4s in rugby today, says Sebastian. And by the way, Hamish, that's a dope score and time board as well, says Tesla. I decided to go with it for this match rather than typing it in because I felt like you guys would love to know exactly how many minutes are gone in this match. And at this stage, only 26. Seems like the night is still young, that is for sure. Well, it's not really. Here in New Zealand, it is 4:30 p.m. or 4:30 a.m., sorry. And that one has gone over from Andre Pollard. And we also got soccer, says Brian. Not in this one. We have got the game of the British and Irish Lions tour, the first test match of it as well. But the score now going to be 9 for South Africa and 3 for British and Irish Lions, although I assume that is for the factor of them always kicking as well, that maybe it could be compared, but hopefully we do get to see us try soon. First try Maro Toje or Sia Khaleesi as well is the prediction from Scrum Last, but now it's going to be taken by Kwagga Smith once again off kickoff, tackled by Duan Vanamova and also Wyn Jones. Big question is there going to be, yes, there is going to be another kick. It is going to be Faf de Klerk now, who will be kicking this one downfield. Has gone extremely high there, going into touch as well though. And now it means that it is going to be another possible opportunity for the British and Irish Lions to build a bit more of an attack. Now, it feels like this game's been going for a lot longer than it has, and I feel like that is because of the fact that we haven't seen a try yet. But 31 appearances for Faf de Klerk at international level. Andre Pollard bringing up his 50th in this match as well. It's going to be a big moment for South Africa if they can get the win here at home. They haven't got a home crowd, though. That is the one thing we are missing. Quite a few fans in attendance, unfortunately, but hopefully we do get to see some in future games in South Africa. We have got the only issue was Maro, that he's a Saracen as well, says Sebastian, and also Go Bok, listening from Bahrain, says Peter as well. So thank you very much for tuning in, mate. It is usually appreciated. They have taken that one quickly all, and that is going to be not straight, I believe is the call there. Tried to go short, didn't quite work out there. I think they just tried to pass it there. And because of it now, it does mean that it is going to be the Springboks who will have the scrum feed in this situation. We're on the pitch are they, mate? At this stage, they were sitting around 35 out from the Springboks line, and they will now have the scrum feed as well. Baby Thor as well says Scrum Lass, and also we have got supporting the box from Florida, USA. I love the energy. I love the energy of your commentary, says Izzy. Thank you very much, mate. Usually appreciating you guys all being here. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream. I haven't seen what we are sitting on at the moment, but let's see if we can get it towards 100. We are sitting on 100, right? Let's see if we can get it towards 120 by halftime. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are pushing towards that 3,700 subscribers. So let's see if we can get there. But now Faf de Klerk going to be feeding this ball in for the Springboks once again. Now it's going to be Andre Pollard. High ball kick once again from these sides. They are both going for that kicking game, taken nicely by Ali Price. And now it's going to be Stuart Hogg trying to step, and he is tackled nicely by Lukanyu Arm. Offloads back. Now Anthony Watson getting his first carry almost of this match. It doesn't seem like he's had too many, but he was able to make a couple extra meters there. Wyn Jones now going back across Stuart Hogg. It's going to be that rush defense of Peter Steptoe that we know so well from the Springboks. And that's going to be a turnover and a penalty to the Springboks there now. And at this stage, it is going to be Mbonambi who is fired up for the boys there. They're going to be about 43 out, and I think they will take on the three-pointer once again by the looks of it. Faf's getting in the line. Face of the Lions love it as well, says Boko Votopolowia. And also we have got hello, fellow Floridian. I'm from Dunedin as well. And we have got Bongi, brother, or Bongi, me brother as well, says Marco Votopolowia. And also, how's Kwagga doing? He's been decent off kickoff so far. I think he hasn't really had too many running opportunities, but every time they have kicked the ball to him, he has been able to take it, and I feel like at this stage, that has been one of his biggest moments. The Springboks have had pretty much all of the ball in this first half. Oops, that was Trevor. Trevor as well, says Marco Votopolowia. And also we have got in there Winter Garden in Florida, says, is he listening from Istanbul, this Arvo? As well, says Dexter. But at this stage, another kicking opportunity here for the Springboks. Looks like it is going to be 3 after 3 after 3 at this stage in this match. But we will have to wait and see whether or not there will be a break with a try before the end of this first half. We did have a poll as well. If you haven't already, be sure to vote in that poll. How many tries do you think will be scored in this match so far? Leading is 46% of you have said 3 or 4 for this one. And it's going to be Andre Pollard now taking this kick. Has kicked it. It has gone long, and he has got it once again. Andre Pollard, he doesn't miss many. And now the score is going to be 12 to South Africa and 3 to the British and Irish Lions. Kiwi lad who is winning the physical battle, says Fraser. I would say purely because of the fact that the Springboks have had more of the ball, Like, they haven't had as much of an opportunity to enforce that physical side, but they have been playing a very physical game. So I would say overall, like the British and Irish Lions, they've had a couple good moments in the breakdown, but overall, the physical side probably still goes to the Springboks in this one. And a couple big hits as well. 59% possession at this stage. Kwagga Smith now, he's got a bit of space, and that is a very good run, the biggest run that he has had of this match so far. And he did drive his way out of the 22 for the Springboks. Now it's going to be in the hands of Mbonambi, trying to drive forward once again. It looks like Faf de Klerk setting up for another kick for the Springboks. At this stage, we've had kick after kick. Pola, my boy, as well, says Peter. And also poor Bowden Barrett low, cradles Bowden Barrett gently and feeds him a jelly bean, as well, says Scrumless. But now Faf de Klerk kicking this one high for the Springboks once again. It's going into the hands of Stuart Hawke. No, it's Duan Van der Merwe fends off. It was Eben Etzebeth who's trying to catch him, but Duan going sideways. And at this stage now, they have got the ball, the British and Irish Lions, 45 out from their own line. Tom Curry now trying to have a bit of a run. Tackled by Kwagga Smith there, who is now unfortunately going to end up giving away the penalty for not rolling away. Going to be Ali Price, goes back now to Sutherland. He is starting this match rather than Wyn Jones, who has the injury. Now it's going to be a great run from Jack Conan. And he was driving forward about 15 metres. Ali Price goes back to Ambigger. Nice ball to Tom Curry, running straight at Dialende, and he has dragged him down as well. Now it's going to be going back. The hands up Price. Ambigger sells a beautiful dummy, goes wide. Anthony Watson, little kick behind, and it is going to be going into touch, but they are going back now for the penalty. And I think from here, once again, the British and Irish Lions will possibly decide to take on those 3 points. We have Oscar, come on, Lions. You need to up your intensity as well. How's Trevor doing? He's doing not too bad so far. Trevor Nakanye, and the last match up against Wyn Jones in the scrums, he was struggling a little bit, but at this stage, because of that late injury of Wyn Jones, they have actually kicked for the corner here. And the end, Dan Bigger decides that they need to get more than just the 3-pointers on the board. They know that the British and Irish Lions, they have the ability of being able to score tries. They just need to try and find that right gap at the right time to be able to do so. Yeah, we will have to wait and see whether or not it will work out for them here. But I will mention, while we are waiting for this line out, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, it is hugely appreciated. We are working our way towards 3,700 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. And I do thank you all very much for that as well. Cowan Dickey now throwing it in. Even Etzebeth getting a little bit of a hand on it. A little knock on, though. So now it is going to be an advantage here. Maro Atoje going short side, running straight at Etzebeth. And he has been able to drag him down there. Kwagga Smith. Now it is going to be Ali Price currently sitting around 30 metres out around this side there. Eben Etzebeth ends up almost knocking the ball free. And because of it, now it is going to be a scrum feed for the British and Irish Lions. Where Wyn Arasi going to roof off the stadium as well, says Potty. I'm not too sure about that. We need to try soon, says Cole. I think both sides are really looking for that try opportunity. The British and Irish Lions, they turned down an easy 3, which is just one of those moments you don't want to see it go back to haunt them, but at this stage, they need to make sure that they do score at least 3 points off these next couple plays, or else it could be costly. We have got Van der Merwe jokes as well, says MJ Young, and also we have got in there South African as the Jones is the Wales as well, says MJ, and also we have got Kicking Polly. Guys, 107 likes. Smash that like button. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button as well. It is hugely appreciated. Currently sitting 34 minutes into this match. I smell a try coming here, says Thick Boy. And that's one thing we haven't seen too much of the British and Irish Lions in the past few matches, is the fact that those backs scoring tries. We've only seen one try in the last match up against the Stormers. That's a good push there. And they have now got the advantage here. The British and Irish Lions going to be Jack Conan. Gives it back to Ali Price. Little offload back. Dan Bigger. Cross kick here. And it has gone high. Looks like Willie LaRue's going to take it. Yes, he does. And it is going to be going back now for the penalty once again for the British and Irish Lions. The big question also is going to be, there were 2 yellow cards in the last match for the Springboks, or South Africa A, as they were called. Is there going to be a yellow card in this match? We will have to wait and see. You are officially the best commentary guy tonight as well, says MJ Young. Thank you very much, mate. That is hugely appreciated. Definitely because of the fact we are currently sitting 4:40 a.m. here in New Zealand. So it was a late night to stay up for this game, but it was 100% worth it because of the fact that, yeah, it's going to be a very exciting match between these two sides. Very close at this stage as well, which makes me a little bit nervous for both of these sides here to see who is going to be able to get that first try. We have also got in there, I'm just saying, just my opinion, but I love me a big large husky man on drunk as well, says Grunless. And Tom Gray, the 4th prop, lifting Trevor as well, says Marco Vonapolabia. They are taking on the 3 this time, the British and Irish Lions, deciding against going for the corner again. Going to be interesting to see how it goes in the later stages of this first half. Currently 5 minutes left of this first half to see who is going to be able to get the better of the later stages of this one. We have got Lions are still in the game, just need a try or two as well, says Eugene. And that's the thing. I always say it when we get to a stage about in this situation. Dan Bigger's missed that kick. Dan Bigger has missed an easy kick there in that situation, which is not what he would have been wanting one bit. An easy kick for Dan Bigger, pulls it away to the left. I agree, great commentary. Still hopes for the Lions as well, says Brian. And that is a big moment. They decided rather than going for the corner this time, they decided to go for the three-pointer, and they did actually end up missing that one. So it is going to be a 22 dropout here for the Springboks now. And they have kicked this one off. Very nice, Mara Toje. Going to be taking that one 40 metres out now from the Springboks line. Evan Etzebev trying to get in there, trying to intercept that one for the rolling maul. And now Cowan Dickey also has Peter Steph-Toy to deal with. Those are two men that you don't really want lurking around in a rolling maul because they can normally get it. It's going high here. It's only gone a few metres there, but Duan Whanamua almost able to take it in the end now. It is going to be in the hands of Damien Diolende. De Klerk now gives it back to, it is going to be, it's a good run from Oxnashare. Trying to drive forward about 35 out from their own line here. The Springboks have to Klerk once again, putting it on the boot. Going for a little bit of an awkward one. It's taken beautifully there by Ali Price. Or did he have a little fumble on the ground? I think he was able to hang on to that one. So now it is going to be just waiting for a halfback for the British and Irish Lions just inside of the half of the Springboks here. Courtney Laws goes back to Alan Wynne. Jones getting one of his first carries of this match so far. Kwagga Smith, he didn't quite make the tackle on him, but in the end it was Mbonambi who was able to do so. They have been told to use it here. It looks like Ali Price once again is going to be taken to the sky for the British and Irish Lions. It seems like both sides just going back to back to back at this stage. How much time left? Says into Beko. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. But at this stage, we are sitting around 38 minutes into this first half. So we still have plenty of time to play in this match, that is for sure. Definitely with only a 9-point difference. It has gone high, almost taken nicely, but now it's gone. Little knock on from, I believe it would have been off the hand of Andre Pollard. So now it is going to be a scrum feed for the British and Irish Lions, and they are in a dangerous position on the field. Once again, get the two Welsh wingers on. As well says Alan Williams, and also we have got in their shame they aren't playing in Johannesburg. As well says Lyndon. Are they not? I think they're at Cape Town Stadium, if I'm not wrong. Is that in Johannesburg? I feel like it might be. I'm not too sure. Is that in Johannesburg? I think it almost might be. If I'm not wrong, I could be wrong in that regard, though. Big Vermeulen is sorely missed. Yeah, at this stage, Kwagga Smith, I know a lot of people were saying maybe Visa could have been an option, but instead they went with Kwagga Smith. He's been doing decently in this match so far, but little knock on from Andre Pollard now opens up the opportunity for the British and Irish Lions. Currently 30 metres out from it is in Cape Town, says Dion Toy. Thank you very much. I feel like I will and truly mess it up. Tell you what, it's in the name, isn't it? Cape Town Stadium. I've had a shocker there. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like that is my 4:42 a.m. brain talking in New Zealand. It's actually been upgraded to a penalty, and now Dan Bigger is going to be taking on the three-pointer once again. But I believe it was Mbonambi who was penalised there, if I'm not wrong, and we haven't got there. Or it was actually upgraded to a high tackle, I think is the call. And agree, Marco says MJ, and also not the Hulk Hogan, as well says Dix. That also, to be fair, the trio of considering who they're up against, as well says Marco Vanapola. Yeah, they've been going pretty well so far in the scrum. Both sides haven't really had that scrum penalty, which normally we have seen in the past in the last couple of matches. They are just going back to find the mark at this stage for Dan Bigger to be able to take this kick from. But I will mention straight away, at this stage, we are sitting on 125 likes. Thank you all very much for that. Can we push towards maybe 140 by halftime? Let's see if we can do it. Also, if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. And at this stage, we are sitting on 3,624. So we are well and truly growing. And I do thank you all very much for that. We have also got there, good for you so far, Box, says Eugene. And also we have got there, Hamish, it's 4:42 a.m. in the morning. We're all in zombie mode as well, says David. Yeah, I feel like it's an interesting one, the time that these games are taking place. I'm just glad that it's not a 6 a.m. start, because those 6 a.m. starts were brutal, that is for sure, in West Cape as well, says Peter. And also Evan Power, says Kyle. And Ewan Holdam, says Dexter. And also we used to go to the same church. Hollywood Hogan, that was his best version, as well, says Sebastian Kiwi Lad. Where's your vowels? As well, says Fraser. I feel like I probably end up pronouncing a few of these names wrong, which I do apologise in advance. That is for sure. Dunky, as well, says Andre. But at this stage now, it is going to be 50 metres out. Elliot Daly taking on his first kick of this match. Cape Town is west, southwest. Joburg is northeast as well. So I feel like I'm in the completely wrong territory, that is for sure. And we have got, thank you for the stream, mate, says Ryan, and hope we win, says Shannon Slife. Go, Bot, go from Johannesburg, Cape Town, says Pride, and busy working. Thanks for the broadcast as well, says Eugene. No worries, mate. And I do thank you all very much for tuning in to these live streams. We are going to be back with many more. It's a decent kick from Elliot Daly, but he hasn't got the distance. So that is a second missed kick now for the British and Irish Lions. And that is a good kick downfield, going to be taken nicely by Stuart Hogg just inside of his own half. Now it's going to be a step down, bigger tackle low by Faf de Klerk. Beautiful tackle there from the number 9 for the Springboks. Loose ball goes into the hands of Wyn Jones now on the halfway line, I should say. Almost a roll there, and it's going to be another advantage now. It's Maro Itoje. Goes back to Courtney Lords, get him driven sideways. Little offload to Cowan Dickey. And once again, that English bearing linking up pretty nicely there. They've got the advantage still here. It's going to be Stuart Hogg. Now quick hands from Dan Bigger. Robbie Henshaw now. Got the man on the outside. Cuts on the inside. It's still Robbie Henshaw. Who is he? Oh, it's come free. What a tackle. That was from Willie LaRue. Was able to pop the ball free in that tackle. And because of it, he just saved a try there. I have a feeling he was about to pass it on the inside to Ali Price, who only had Oxnard marking him. So it could have been a very good opportunity for the Springboks to be able to score, the British and Irish Lions, to be able to score the opening try of the match. We have got Wes Kieran as well, says David. He is here. He is just out to the side a little bit more because of the scoreboard. Tell you what, we'll lean him there at this stage. And we have got Watson will score a try, says Mark Joe. And also we have got in the chat, I suppose no one trusts Nick Berry with a try decision, or Nick Berry, sorry, and just go to the penalty goal to avoid this controversy as well. Go back from Cecilia. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. 2:45 a.m. here in Sydney morning. All says Victor as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in at this stage. Rusty Erasmus just having a chat with some of his boys. Of course, he is running the water out onto the field for this matchup. Quagga Smith there, he is talking to him as well. It's going to be an interesting second half. This game is extremely close at this stage. It seems like the British and Irish Lions, with the amount of players that are around there, are they going to be going? What is the choice that they are going for here? That's a big question. It looks like they're going for the scrum, which is a big moment in this one because of the fact they've turned down the last 2 opportunities for 3 points, or they've missed 2 and also turned down 1 a little bit earlier on, but they're inside of the 22 now, and it is going to be a scrum opportunity because of that knock on. And in the end, it is going to be the penalty against the Springboks, I believe. So now it will be the scrum feed for the British and Irish Lions inside of the 22. Best water boy, experienced water boy as well, says Kyle. Yeah, I don't think there's too many who are running the water who are more experienced from this fella or than this fella. Rassi Erasmus. We've also got halftime soon, wishing the Lions work some magic into it, or going into halftime with a try, says MH Joy as well. And at this stage now, it's going to be Faf de Klerk actually with the scrum feed. I've mixed that one up a little bit there. Do apologise, but that front row's gone down. It's going to be a scrum reset though. So at this stage now, they will possibly be able to kick this ball into touch here, the Springboks. If they do get it, we're currently sitting at 41 minutes gone in this one. It says 39, but we are at 41, so we are only moments away from halftime by the looks of it, Kiwi lads. Is that a man bun, says Fraser. It's getting close to one. It's pretty much, I have to tie it back or put it in some sort of situation because of the fact that if I don't, it just goes about here and I can't really see too much. Where are you streaming? I am from New Zealand. So we are currently sitting at 4:47 a.m. here in New Zealand. Don't mess up now, Bok, says Eugene, and also Erasmus as well. Number 1 says MJ Young. Definitely when it comes to carrying out the water as well. I feel like there is no one in the world carrying out the water that has the amount of, I guess just experience when it comes to knowing what these players. That's going to be a penalty to the Springbok now. Do they take the tap and kick the ball out? Or do they decide to kick it downfield and try and have one more opportunity of this first half? They've kicked it into touch, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Though they didn't actually show it at this stage in it. Boozy morning in it as well, says Sebastian. And at this stage, I get linked up with a special NZ fella. Watch few tour sides. Swansea, born, lived for 7+ years now in Northampton. On to Northampton, then Cape Town as well. And we have also, tell you what, the chat's going this quick. It keeps on moving, unfortunately. And it is also a shame when Sad wasn't ready. Come on, Lions as well, says Mick Brown. And that's the thing. At this stage, they are going to be attacking here. The Springboks, they've decided to go for this line out now. And whether or not they decide to take this one on, and then once they win this line out, kick it into touch, we will have to wait and see. Kiwis versus Springboks, always a good match. It is indeed. And it is coming in September. It is going to be the British and Irish Lions. Or sorry, it's not going to be the British and Irish Lions. They're going to be they will be incognito for the next kind of 2.5 years after this one, I would think, as a side before they head to Australia, I believe. Or it's actually 3.5 if I'm not wrong, but now it's going to be a rolling maul here. Mbonambi now trying to drive forward. Has been taken down. Going to be going back to Faf de Klerk, and now they have kicked it into touch. And it is going to be half-time, 12 to South Africa. And it is going to be 3 to the British and Irish Lions. Impressive commentary while reading the chat simultaneously. I feel like I probably messed up in the last minute the most at this stage. Enjoying from Pretoria in South Africa, says Kyle as well. And also Hamish, do you think South Africa is the dominant team or is either way? I think at this stage, South Africa have definitely had more of the possession. I will get some stats for you guys while we are sitting at halftime as well, so you can know exactly what is happening throughout this matchup. But yeah, at this stage, it is a pretty awesome game so far in terms of that neither side really want to take that backward step, and we knew that it was going to be close between these two sides. The Springboks leading by 9 at this stage. 57% of the possession in this one has gone to the Springboks, 58% territory as well, so they've had the better of that first half in that regard. 4 penalties they have been able to kick. The British and Irish Lions have kicked 1, but they have missed 2 other opportunities that could have led to 3 points, so this could be only a 3-point game if those ones had gone over. Meters carried 167 for the Springboks to the 128 of the British and Irish Lions. Also, defenders beaten 14 by the British and Irish Lions compared to the 9 of the Springboks. So they've actually had that little bit of an edge in that regard. Clean breaks 2-1 in this one as well. 3 offloads by the British and Irish Lions to the 0 of the Springboks as well. It's going to be interesting to see the second half. Now, this is an interesting stat right now. The Springboks are only tackling at 70%. They have made 31 tackles of their 44 attempted, which is actually 16% lower than the British and Irish Lions, who have been able to tackle 48 from 56, sitting at 86%. Were any tries scored by the Boks? None at all at this stage. No tries in this match so far. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that will change in the second half. It's going to be interesting, though, and it's going to be exciting to see whether or not we will get to see a try scorer in the second half. I hope we do. I hope we get to see at least a couple, but I believe, if I'm not wrong, at this stage in the poll that you guys have been voting in, it is still 3 or 4 is the favorite option to be able to have the most tries in this one. And we have also got in there tomato cocktail for your voice as well. I didn't actually know about that, so I might have to give it a go. And also, halftime Lions need to rework their strategy as well, says MH Troy. Yeah, it's interesting. They chose the wrong moment, I feel, to go for that kick at the kick to the corner, because of the fact that there was one of those ones, if they got that kick, they would have been back to 6 points difference. But instead, they took on the risk of going to the corner, and then they ended up messing it up, taking on the 3 points after that, or at least tried to. But then they did also miss that kick, and then another kick from halfway for Elliot Daly. So 3 missed kicks, only the 2 missed kicks in this one so far. I feel like that is something you can't afford to be doing up against a side like the Springboks. You need to be getting as many points as you can, and that is what they're going to have to do in the second half. 4 from 4 for Andre Pollard for the penalties. Yeah, he's been kicking well here, Andre Pollard, that is for sure. And we have also got in the chat, I'm telling you, Cuzzy, come visit America as well, says Scrumless, and also Kitsy Marks and all Baba Mahalbre to come on and destroy the Lions front row, as well, says Marco Vonapolvia. So if the South African tackle rate is low, maybe that's because they've had more possession as well, says David. There's a good possibility that, I guess it's one of those ones with the fact that they've only had to attempt a total of 44 tackles. They probably still would like to have a few more because, of course, at this stage, only 13 missed tackles, which is still a relatively high number, but it's not too bad at this stage. They have also been trying to get into the breakdowns, caused a few turnovers in the breakdown early on in this first half. Also, Maro Toje so far has been able to get 2 turnovers for his side in this one as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to get the better of the second half. What is your prediction, says Brian Hunt? I said that these two sides were going to be split by less than 7, but I couldn't decide who I was going to say was going to be winning. I think at this stage, the Springboks are in a comfortable position to be able to move on and win this match. And we always got Chris has said, I need DSTV as well. And also, good first half, says Birdie V. Yeah, it's a close one. I don't know who is going to be scoring the first try. I feel like it could be, if the British and Irish Lions score the first try of the second half, it is well and truly on for the rest of it. South Africa 26, Lions 19 as well, says Kyle. And also Andre Pollard just reminds you of the Super Rugby Bulls, doesn't he? Good times, lads, as well, says Sebastian. I actually signed him on my Rugby Challenge 4 career mode that I did because of the fact I wanted to have him at the Hurricanes, and he played very well at 10 as well. Who would you say was man of the first half, says Thick Boy. I'll have a look through the lineups. I feel like if I was to say it one for each team, I would go first half for me. I would say for me in the first half, it's a hard one for the Springboks. Before the first half for the British and Irish Lions, I'd probably go along the lines of possibly looking at Maro Itoje was able to get 2 turnovers for his side, and one of those was only a few meters out from the line. So I feel like that is an absolutely huge moment in the first half for the British and Irish Lions. Someone else who's playing decently anytime he touches the ball is actually Anthony Watson, but he's only been able to touch the ball about 2 times so far in this one. Kiwi Rugby is another class as well, says Spotty. And also we have got in there going for the corner at this stage, or at the stage of the game at international level, unprofessional. Imagine if the Lions lose by 6 points, says David. They would be regretting it big time, that is for sure. We have also got in there, I've come to the desert in Albuquerque and buzzing out like I'm in the desert. How crazy is that? A wild Spamsaurus spotted in the wild as well. We have got in the chat from Scrumlace. But at this stage also, Speaking of things that we have got a total of 162 likes on this live stream. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Let's see if we can push towards that 200 likes by the time we get to halftime. Let's see if we can do it. But also, at the stage, tell you what, the subscribers we have been getting in this live stream have been absolutely huge. We're sitting on 3,633. So let's see if we can push towards that 3,650 as well while we are waiting for the second half to get underway. Like I mentioned, the possession going the way of the Springboks in this first half. Also, territory, do you think as Kiwi, we are looting the Lions? We are looting the Lions as well, says Chris Fenter. Looting the Lions. I feel like I'll need a little bit more information in that regard. Great call, bro. Good energy as well, says Victor. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated you guys all being here. And we also got Go Bok from Clint and Go Bok, says Erica. And also someone said Damien McKenzie looks like Beavis. And now I can't unsee it. Says Scarlet, love you, guy. As I says Bianca, thank you very much for shooting at a Pokeball, throwing at Spamasaurus, failed Pokeball capture in the chat from Marco Vonapolabia. But at this stage, tryless in this first half for both sides. We knew that as a test match, it was going to be a close one. But the question is, how many tries are we going to have in the second half? I feel like I want to see 2 or 3 at least. Okay, lads, you must see the Guru. He is on 600 likes. That's a crazy number, Barry. That is for sure. I haven't actually had a chance to check out his live stream yet, but I think we might be doing a post-match review after this live stream, doing another live one perhaps. So be sure to stay tuned for that. We have also got think the tries are coming in the second half, says Potty Stain. And also we have got D-Mac, aka Beavis. Wum is Butthead as well, says Marco Vodapola Bear. But at this stage, they are showing the kicking game of both Andre Pollard and also Dan Bigger. Faf de Klerk also kicking quite often in this first half. I feel like it's one of those situations, both sides looking for that territory game, but whether or not it will be able to benefit them in the second half, I feel like they need to try and use that back line a little bit more, the British and Irish Lions. I think Duane van der Merwe, in that first kick that they did, I am mentioning a kick which is a little bit of a cross one, but in that situation, that first kick that they did, Duane van der Merwe, if they didn't have players offside the British and Irish Lions, he was looking decent in that situation. Great defense from the box is something that someone has put as a tweet about the match as well. And we have got there, that's a question of the ages. DMAC is a part of me, but I can't stand the man as well, says Sebastian. And also, we have got Go the All Blacks, says Mark. And please show your cat. Oh, I feel he must be part of the live stream. I think at this stage, he's actually sitting right next to me. Believe it or not, he is just sitting here. You can just see the ear. That is his ear right there. My cat is sitting behind me for this live stream. He's decided to tune in a little bit. He's listening to the commentary rather than watching the game at this stage. Not even the world's greatest scientists can solve that mystery. Need to call up Sherlock Holmes to save this one as well. What's the possession stat, says Rajian. At this stage, the ones that I have brought up is 57% for the Springboks, but that could change, of course, at this stage, depending on whether or not they are completely accurate. They will show them on the screen very soon, though, but at this stage, the rough estimate is 57% from the one that I was looking at. We have got contest. Love it, man. Seen lots of rugby southern enormous from a child. And it is in the middle of England, as well, says McBrown, as well. And Box well worth their lead against a bang average Lions. Not helped by ill discipline of the English. Get Tyburn on, ASAP. As well. He's going to be an exciting one to watch because of the fact he is a very talented player. He was able to score that try up against Japan, and Tomato Cocktail help your voice as well, says MJ. I will probably look into it after the live stream. I don't think I can make one at halftime, though. I don't even know if we've got any tomatoes, which could be the problem. We have looked at Hamish. I popped over once to watch Gareth Mason, and he was drinking rum and cokes and sticking kettle chips down his mouth as well, says David. We also got there. You can be Sherlock. I want to be Dr. Watson. And awesome, says Adrian as well. Absolutely love the commentary. Keep going on, mate. You got this as well, says Jared. Thank you very much, mate. And just replace Faf with a better scrum half, please, Rassi. So I believe the man that they have got off the bench, and it's actually 51% for the Springboks, is the one that they have decided to go with in terms of their stats compared to the one that I was looking at. The one that I was looking at is a little bit of a mile off because of the fact that tackles made, it is right in the tackle stat, though. 13 missed for the Springboks in that first half. We're going to look at the benches here for both of these sides. You look at South Africa's bench, Malcolm Marx, Stephen Kitsoff, Franz Mahalba. It's going to be looking dangerous for the British and Irish Lions early on. Rory Sutherland is actually starting this match. It is going to be Marco Vunipola coming off the bench in that number 17 jersey. Also Hamish Watson, very talented player, good at tackling. And I feel like that is something that they need alongside Tyburn. Also Luke Diaga for South Africa going to get an opportunity. Yankees both off the bench for South Africa. Damien Valenza, Owen Farrell. Tell you what, you could just list all of these players and say that they could all have an impact at this stage in the second half. So we're going to have to wait and see whether or not we will have that case in the second half, bro. Looting is like the last week in South Africa, or we take what we want for free. No worries as well, says Chris Vito. I don't know whether we've had too much of that in New Zealand at the moment, but I know that there is a lot of stuff going on in South Africa. So hopefully it does end up going down in terms of the amount that it's happening over the next couple of weeks while the British and Irish Lions tour is happening, and also just in general because it is not very good. And we always got Fif come on as well, says Jack. I'm not too sure what he means there. What does Fif use as a hair product as well, says Marco Vonopolabia. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but I feel like it's one of those ones that maybe, he could get a sponsorship, although he probably already has Full Force Rugby banned, says Ethan. Is that actually the case? Because if that is the case, that's absolutely huge, because he has been growing like a wildfire. That man, he was up to about 18,000 subscribers. He was actually the one that I was going to recommend you guys watch the live stream, or actually the highlights after the game. But unfortunately, yeah, if that's the case, that is huge, because of the fact, yeah, he had been going at a rapid rate. That is for sure. We'll just have a look to see whether or not I can see it, and see whether or not it is the case there as well. We will go here, and we will go to Full Force Rugby. I've actually been watching a few of the international games over there as well. So for him to be down now, yeah, he's gone. That is a big moment in this one, that is for sure. And 50 Clerk has Mermaid here as well. And we have also got in there, well done on the first half commentating, mate. Or Hamish says a Birdie V as well. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. But at this stage now, we are probably only a couple minutes away from the second half getting back underway. Hamish, if you go to England, go watch a rugby club game, especially in London, because it has a festival atmosphere there. Strawberries and champagne, awesome. As well, says David, I feel like that would be something I would be keen on doing. I want to travel and watch rugby from all around the world, but at this stage, I have only ever watched games in New Zealand. In fact, the last game that I watched live was probably around 10 or 15 years ago at a stadium. So I feel like that is something that I've certainly got to get round to as well. Green and gold never fold as well, says Marco Vonopolabia. And also come on to box, says Najib. But at this stage now, we are just waiting for the second half to get underway. Do let me know in the chat who you think is going to be scoring the first try of the second half in terms of the player rather than the side. Let's see if anyone can get it bang on. At this stage, I'm starting to question whether or not there is going to be a try in this one. It's just a little bit of a back of the mind thing that maybe it's not quite going to happen. We have got Rugby Never Fails as well, says Adrian. And also I put human toenails in my champagne, says Scrumless. That wouldn't have tasted great, would it? Can we see some videos, says Christine. At this stage, unfortunately, due to licensing, I will be unable to show any match footage. I am sorry about that. I wish that I could, but yeah, our live stream would get taken down and we would get banned from live streaming for 3 months. Unfortunately, can this guy speak any faster, says Jack? I could try, but I feel like you guys wouldn't be able to understand a single word, even though probably now some of you may not even be able to understand what I am saying at the moment. I have been told that I should be commentating horse racing rather than doing the rugby, but we always got thanks, though, says Christine. And also we have got Ronak on scrum half, Franz at centre, outside centre, and Mornay at 10 as well. Got to be Khaleesi to score first. Is he still on? And at this stage, I haven't heard of any subs being made quite yet, but they will be showing them in a very short moment of whether or not they are going to be making any early subs. I feel like the front rows for the Springboks so far haven't been going too bad. So maybe they will leave them out there for a little bit longer. We have got Wales, England, South Africa rugby as well, says Mick Brown. And 28-10, hey, as well, says Arno. Yeah, tell you what, at this stage, I mean, all we need is a couple tries from the Springboks. And at this stage, I mean, you're in that situation of you're not too far off. British and Irish Lions also getting one. And Kim, unfortunately, I can't show any footage, mate, or else we do get taken off YouTube and you would have to find another live stream anyway. We have got there Rassi in the chat from MJ, and also we have got Soz, you can see my era as well, says Mick Brown. And we have also got in there, Hamish is definitely destined to be a famous sports commentator. Pick a sport, he can do it as well, says Scrumlass. I mean, at this stage, a lot of people say do the horse racing because of how quick I end up talking for these live streams. But at this stage, we are sitting at 5 a.m. in this match as well, or not in this match, at a 7 p.m. there for this game, and they are making their way back out onto the field. Women's beach volleyball, I'll help you, Hamish. I'll be the lotion applier, says Marco Vonopolabia. And also we have got just a friendly challenge for you, Hamish. Visit all 5 Super Rugby Aotearoa stadiums in 24 hours, says Sebastian. That would actually be pretty awesome. I might need to get a sponsor for that one, but I could probably do the 2 in the South Island. It's just whether or not I could get around to all of the North Island ones with a plane ride in as well. Due to, I guess it would be a little bit expensive to be able to do so. But I don't know, maybe it's an idea for a video. We could try it. Luke Cowan-Dickie for the next try scorer. That's just a random stab in the dark right there as well, says Thick Boy. And also, great job, bud. Keep it up, says Ano. And also, go box, says Tegan. And imagine if one of those horses in the race was named Brad. And I feel like that is a shout out big time to the gaming channel, Kiwi Lads Gaming. We have got it if any of you are keen on a bit of gaming. It is called the Kiwi Lads Gaming. We are currently only sitting on 45 subscribers on that channel. But at this stage, we will have to wait and see whether or not we can grow that a little bit more. But this one's going to be kicked off there. And I see Stephen Kitsoff is already out on the field. Also, Malcolm Marks. And I am just looking around to see who else. Franz Mahaba also out on the field. So they have changed the whole front row there for the Springboks. I'm just scanning the field at the moment to see who else I can find. Quagga Smith taking that hard in the tackle by Tom Curry there. And at this stage now, it is going to be a penalty to the British and Irish Lions to start the second half. And we have also got their block. Watch out for Cowan-Dickie too as well, says Adrian. And also fastest Kiwi ever when South Africa have the ball in hand. Do you Kiwis move slow? Or are we fast as well, says Chris Venta. And we have also got there in the chat, both Vunipola should play for Tonga, says DJ Holds Up. And also we have got in there a Greece Scrum Lass, a young legend already. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that a lot. Malcolm Marks, my large son as well, says Scrum Lass. And also Mara Toja going to score, says Abadia. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. But at this stage now, Cowan-Dickie going to have this line out throw for the British and Irish Lions. Only around 15 metres out from the line. Mark's beautiful lush eyebrows as well, says Marco Vunipola Bear. And South Africa to win by 12 is the prediction from Travers. Cowan-Dickie now with this line out throw gone straight into the hands of Mara Toje. And the rolling ball now is on for the British and Irish Lions. Breaking off the side there. Cowan-Dickie has been dragged down, only 15 out now. And this is the best opportunity for the British and Irish Lions almost off this half. Well, I mean, it is off this half. It's a minute and a half in, but off this game, I would almost say as well, with the field territory, or the field position, I should say, that they are in at the moment. They are only 10 metres out around the side. Jack Conan now running straight at Ebenezer. They've been dragged down to the ground. And now there is just a pile of British and Irish Lions players all on top of each other. Cowan-Dickie now looking to go around the side of the breakdown. Gets hit hard in the tackle by Sia Khaleesi. Straight on the ball, Quagga Smith leaving his feet though. And once again, they are going to have another opportunity. I think I just heard maybe that they're going to have an advantage, but they've decided against it. Now it's going to be Robbie Henshaw driving straight at the line, almost at a little bit high by Etzebeth there. They have still got this ball now. It's going to be Ali Price. Goes back to Alan Wynne-Jones. Quick hands there. Beautiful hands. Goes out to Stuart Ogg now on the short side. And they are still 10 metres out. They've got the advantage as well. Now the British and Irish Lions. Jack Conan trying to drive forward for them. Can they get through a gap here? The British and Irish Lions. It's going back for the penalty. Right. They are 15 out. What do they do now here, the British and Irish Lions? Do you take on the three-pointer? No, they're kicking for the corner. Dan Biggest gone right. We're kicking for the corner, boys. Only Liam Williams as well, says MJ Young. And also we have got Boxing going to win. Where do I watch the match live, says Yako. At this stage, I believe your best bet is DSTV or also Supersport, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And we have also got in there, do you think the South Africa Lions will be a better or do a better job than this endangered White Lions as well, says Chris Venter. It's going to be interesting to see. It's an interesting one. I mean, the Sigma Lions, they've been doing not too terribly in the Currie Cup, if that is the team you are talking about. But at this stage now, it's going to be another rolling ball for the British and Irish Lions. Cowan-Dickie is going to have this ball at the back. This is going to be defence and a half here for the Springboks. If they can stop this one, it's rolling here for the British and Irish Lions, getting close. And they've gone down just a metre short. No, they haven't. And it is a try to the British and Irish Lions. And because of it now, it does now mean, how is that 13? I'm not sure how that's become 13. I am only a minute behind. I think someone has messed up in terms of how many points they've given the British and Irish Lions. But in this one now, we can add across the bottom a try scorer in this match. And it is going to be Luke Cowan-Dickie. Whoever called it there, you are an absolute genius, that is for sure. Although it did seem like the rolling ball was well and truly going to be on for the British and Irish Lions early in the second half now. And they have been able to get right back into this match. They are not in the lead though. Not sure why it does say 13, but the try scorer of South Africa still not applicable, but British and Irish Lions, Luke Cowan-Dickie, able to score that one. Yeah, in the chat. As well says Thick Boy, it was Cowan-Dickie who was able to score it there for the British and Irish Lions. I eat my words, says David as well, and great changes, says MJ Young, and Poor Discipline going for the corner. And also we have got, can I see the live match, says Christine. Unfortunately, yeah, due to licensing, we aren't actually able to show any match footage or audio. Sadly, let's go Lions, says Terence. And also, is this a B team of the A team of South Africa, says Eugene. Although they've got some very good players out there. the Springboks here. So I feel like it's probably, I would consider it probably their 18, to be fair. But now Dan Biggar's going to have an opportunity. I'm hoping they will change the score from 12 to 13 back into what it should be. That kick has gone over from Dan Biggar. So now the score is actually 10 to the British and Irish Lions, 12 to the Springboks. And should have put money on that Thicky boy as well, says Marco Villa, by the way. And also we have got, I would love to know the odds of calling a Cowan Dickey try. I assume it would have been relatively up there, definitely, because of the fact that they didn't have any tries in that first half. Hopefully my live scoreboard will change back to the 10 points for South Africa for my prediction to come true as well, says Arno. And we have also got their box. You can do it, boys, says Mikey. And I appreciate your vocals, says Christine. Hi from England. Come on, Lions, says Jelly. Domino. And at this stage now, just inside of their own 22, kicking that one downfield. Going to be taken nicely by Quagga Smith. That was a huge hit from Duan van der Merwe there. And at this stage now, they look like they are going to be hanging on to this ball once again for the Springboks. And they need to be the next team to score points on the board. If the British and Irish Lions can get another try early on in the second half, it's one of those ones that they will be right back into this match, sort the score out as well, says Ross. Unfortunately, it's actually a big company that I use their scoreboard, so it is strange that they haven't actually updated it. But for now, I will actually add another one down the bottom so you guys know exactly what it's going to be. A big kick in behind, and because of it, Willie LaRue has scored the try for the Springboks. I actually missed that one because I was looking at the scoreboard, but Willie LaRue has been able to score it for South Africa there. I'm going to have to look at the replay. They are going to be checking it upstairs to see whether or not he was able to score that one. I'm hoping they will change that back. But like I mentioned, it isn't actually my scoreboard. It is a random one that I get off the internet. So hopefully they do sort it out, because it seems weird that they have got it saying 13 at this stage. They are going to be checking this, but at this stage, if this one is going to be a try, it will be South Africa sitting on 70. But for now, we will put this one across the bottom as well, just so that you guys know that that is going to be roughly the same, or it is the right score. What's the actual score? It is currently 12 to 10 in this one. What a try as well, says Travis. And also we have got boom in there, says Christine, and try from Mako Polar Bear. Right, they are going to be checking this one to see whether or not it was a forward pass. 200 likes on this live stream as well, so thank you all very much for that. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is very much appreciated, you guys being here for this live stream. And yeah, hopefully you have been enjoying the commentary. But at this stage now, they're checking here the pass of Damien Dialende. Was it forward? Oh, it's flat. I think it's flat, but it is slightly, I think they've set it slightly backwards. First blood Cowan try as well, says MJ. And also we have got in there, do you commentate on other sports, says Rajan. I have been doing a little bit of cricket in the past, but we are going to be doing the New Zealand, or also just in general, the sevens for New Zealand, and also just all the countries for the Olympics. It's going to be one of that one. Hey, Hamish, over 1,000 people have voted as well, which is pretty insane. At this stage now, they are just checking to see whether or not Willie LaRue, this is a game of inches at this stage between these two sides. Yes, why do you get more excited with the Lions score as well, says Chris. I think it was that I was a little bit caught off guard because I was trying to fix the scoreboard for someone, so I wasn't actually able to see this one. At this stage, the score is actually 12 to the South African side, 10 to the British and Irish Lions. But if this one has gone for the try, it's close. It's close whether or not he is in the possibly ahead. I'm glad I'm not a ref. That is for sure. That's not what you want to hear. Okay, it is going to be a no try in this one. The TMO said that he was like, it's very tight, but we believe that he is going to be in the just ahead. So that is going to be a no try there. So I did miss it, but in the end, that is going to be a big moment in the game now. We have also got in there, bloody brilliant now, we have to trust Nick Berry with a flat pass as well, says Sebastian. And also we have got trust TMO will stay level head of fair play as well, says Mick Brown. My voice is trying to disappear. Commentate on more cricket, please, Hamish, as well, says David Dava. At this stage, yeah, the flash score has still gone to sleep. For some reason, it should be 12 to 10, but they gave the British and Irish Lions 10 points for that try, which is interesting. Does South Africa look like winning as well, says Macca. They have been looking strong in that first half, and they have been able to take their opportunities in terms of getting those penalties over, but they need to be careful here because the British and Irish Lions, they had that momentum. Is it 12-13 or 12 to 10? It is 12 to 10. But for some reason, the live scoreboard has got the score wrong. So I'm hoping we're going to get to see some points very soon, which will then make it switch back to what it is supposed to be. So hopefully they do fix it soon. But at this stage, this is the scoreboard. There we are, going off as a little knock on there. And now it is going to be a scrum feed for the British and for the Springboks just inside of the half of the British and Irish lines. We have also got in there to South Africa look like winning. I think it's a close one. I feel like if the British and Irish Lions score next, they will well and truly have all of the momentum. 12-10 as well is the score. For some reason, I don't know who is in charge of the scoreboard because it is just one that I've got offline. But they're updating. There we go. He has done it. Whoever pressed the button, he has got it right there. And now it is back to the right score line. So I will quickly remove this one as well. There we go. We are back where we need to be. Also bring on Marco Vunipola as well. Says Marco Vunipola, Bear, and Springboks says Christine, and Hubba says Adrian. But at this stage now, the front three, the new front three, it's interesting. Unchanged front three for the British and Irish Lions. Completely different front three for the Springboks with Kistoff, Marks, and also Mahalba will be the front row. There it goes as well, says Scrum. And also we have got, thank you, says Christine. But now it is going to be Faf de Klerk at the back of the scrum, or is it? It's going to be wheeling a little bit. So now it is going to be another scrum reset. But at this stage, 47.5 minutes gone in this match. I think it took them 4 million years as well, says Scrumless. Yeah, normally they are pretty sharp in terms of when they change it. So it was interesting that they did it for that one. Marco Vunipola, you're joining as well. Or what are you doing? As well, says that Terrence. And also imagine the Southern Hemisphere Lions. They would absolutely destroy the Home Nations Lions and all their teams as well, says Marco Vunipola. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe one day they will look at doing something similar to that. But at this stage, we can just be happy to see Springboks for the first time playing a British and Irish Lions tour in 12 years. Going to be awesome to see whether or not we will get to see the Wallabies go any good in 4 years' time. Why not use TribeApp instead of Flash? It is because, unfortunately, you can't actually get it on PC. So I would like to use it through, because I have it on my phone, but I'm not actually able to use it through my PC without a link. But they haven't actually sent me one, unfortunately. Now it's going to be Faf de Klerk, goes back to Andre Pollard, running it hard, gives it to Kwaga Smith now, breaking off a little bit. But at this stage now, they are just going to be trying to drive forward once again. Here the Springboks, Ebenezer Beth, running out at Tyke Furlong and Conan. And they have been able to drag him down 45 out. It's going to be Willie LaRue putting the high ball up. Once again, looks like Mapimpi trying to line this one. He's taking it beautifully there. Makazole and Mapimpi. And now the Springboks retaining this one. Going back now to Willie LaRue, back on the halfway line. So they made a few extra meters, but then they gave it up. Now it's going to be Sia Khaleesi trying to find that inside ball, not quite able to. Faf de Klerk now going back across field, goes to Ebenezer Beth. Pollard fires the flat ball. It's gone through the gap in the Springboks back line, though. Now it's going to be Peter Steph-Toy, but everyone just left him there. They were all committed to the other men. Now it's going to be Makazole Mapimpi with the kick in behind. And Peter Steph-Toy chasing it. Is it going to sit up for him? Not quite. And because of it now, is it going to be a try? Faf de Klerk, did he score that one? That's a big question. I'm not too sure whether or not that is a try. Where is George? Is he feeling better or is he still sick? I believe he has got tonsillitis at this stage, which is a bit of a shame for him. Hopefully he will be better for the sevens, though. Hopefully we will be able to have him come around for a few of those. We have got in there Mapimpi as well, says Marco. They're going upstairs once again. Hot commentator as well, says Christine. Thank you very much. We have got, we couldn't, or we shouldn't be called lions, to be honest. Maybe foxes or badgers. I don't know. Lions aren't our local species as well, says Mark. And also we have got, this is just an ego chat. Does anyone care about the game? As well, says Mark Jones. At this stage now, we're going to have to wait and see whether or not this is going to be a try. Makazole Mapimpi kicking it in behind there. Peter Steph-Toy almost able to take it. No, he's fumbled it and it's gone backwards off the back of his leg. So it's whether or not there is enough forward momentum on that ball to be a try for Makazole Mapimpi. He almost was able to get over the line. That was great defense from Stuart Hogg as well. But then he did pass it back to Faf de Klerk. He almost dropped that ball as well. This is going to be a hard decision for the TMO, that is for sure. And we have also got there, give the box, Old Brown. They are freezing as well, says Body Stein. And try time, music to my ears, as well, says Marco Vunipola Bear. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think they are going to be given this one. What is the call? That is a big moment. The ball is missed by Seven Green. I believe it hit his hand, but then it also bounced backwards off his leg. So I think that means that it is play on, which means that Makazole Mapimpi would have been able to take that one. And then Faf de Klerk will be able to score it. No clear and obvious knock on. It is a try. And it is going to be Faf de Klerk who was able to score it. And it is Baby Thor is the call in the chat as well. And that is the first try of the match now for the Springboks. Faf de Klerk has been able to get himself on the try scorer sheet. And this one, Peter Steph-Toy looks like he's got a bleeding nose. at this stage, but we will add that name to the try scorers list so far. 2 names already being added to it in the second half. Thanks for the stream. As well, says Ryan and Jack Conan, next try scorer. See if I can keep my nail on the head predictions running as well. Says Thick Boy. I assume that was just after the try of Faf de Klerk, so I will allow that. But we have also got in there, agree Mark Jones, very little to do with the game at hand as well, says Gail Jacobs. But at this stage now, it was almost, it's an interesting one. Faf de Klerk, though, able to put that ball down. That one's been missed. Andre Pollard, normally safe as houses with those kicks, has missed that one. So now after 50 minutes, it's going to be 17 to South Africa, 10 to the British and Irish Lions. Faf not fart as well, says Jack. I feel like just because I say it quickly, maybe it comes across that way, but Faf de Klerk. Faf de Klerk? Faf. I feel like Faf and fart don't really sound too similar, but we almost got Baby Thor as well. Says JP, beautiful try, lovely try. Love these wicked bot players, destroy the Lions, yeehaw, as well. And yes, Spock, says Alan, but now it's going to be Faf de Klerk with the capital F in that one, and that one has been kicked into touch by Faf de Klerk. And it is now going to be 35 out the British and Irish Lions with another attacking opportunity. JP high five as well, says Graham Lass. And also we have got Rip Elliott Daly getting driven back time and time again. Love it, Bonfire as well. And that's the thing. Peter Steph de Toy, he is a very dangerous man when it comes to rush defense. He lines up a defender and he just goes, right, this is the player that I'm going to absolutely nail in this tackle. That's going to be taken beautifully by Robbie Henshaw at the back of the line out here for the British and Irish Lions. Now it's going to be Elliott Daly driven backwards at the tackle there by Sia Khaleesi and also Damien Dialendo. Tom Curry flat ball to Duan van der Merwe, sorry. And at this stage, Evan Etzebeth has made the tackle. They have been told to release him there, the Springboks, and they do so. Now it's going to be Price going short side to Tom Curry. He is going to be tackled by Pollard and also Kitsoff. And straight away now the Springboks are going to be put under attack or under a lot of pressure with their defence. They have been tackling not too bad, but they have missed a few in that first half, so they can't afford to miss too many in the second. Now it's going to be Alan Wynne-Jones. It's going to be ripped away by Quagga Smith there, but it's going to be going back for the penalty because of the fact that it was a tackle. And at this stage now, I would have a feeling they might consider going for the corner here. The British and Irish Lions trying to get right back into this one. It's pronounced Fuff as well, says Jack. And we have got Smippipi look scared or look like scoring. Sorry, I read that wrong. I have 1,000 on him, says Macca M. He was 1 meter from the line, but then he was held up by Stuart Hogg. And then from there, he did end up in the situation of offloading it to Faf de Klerk. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not, I feel like that was his best opportunity of the match, if I'm not wrong, but we will have to wait and see. He might be able to get a try in the second half. The scoreboard is wrong again, says Vivian. And yeah, they seem to be all over the place at the moment, but now it is going to be Dan Bigger taking on this kicking opportunity, currently sitting 2 from 3 in this match so far. And he has got that one straight down the middle. So now the score is going to be 13 to the British and Irish Lions and 17 to South Africa. We have got, it's rubbish watching rugby without a brandy as well, says Travis. And also we have got the better live, or this better than live TV, says Chris. I feel like there's a few people in the chat who may disagree at this stage, and we have got them, but be always looking like scoring as well, says Arno. Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, Chisel and Colby, I think, has touched the ball once. If I'm not wrong, it may even be less than once. To be fair, I can't remember a Chisel and Colby run. I think he may have played maybe number 10 once for one, but other than that, I don't think we've seen him have the ball too much, so hopefully he gets a chance in the second half as well. We have also got in there Fab Game, great reflection of rugby, guys, as well, says Mick Brown. But at this stage, that one has gone high. It's going to be almost taken by Quagga Smith, but it's bouncing off now. And Courtney Laws has claimed this one, and he is going to be running hard. He is just breaking tackles for fun at the moment. Courtney Laws, 35 out from the Springboks line now. Going to be bigger, wide ball out to Stuart Hogg. He's got Anthony Watson with him, hasn't used him yet. Decides to take it to ground on the 22, and Mapimpi almost able to get that ball. Now it's going to be Ali Price, gives it back now to Rory Sullivan driving forward with a Toje on his arm. Now it's going to be Courtney Laws. He's looking dangerous in the last few minutes of this game. Now it's going to be going back to Price. Dan Bigger fires it back now to Robbie Henshaw trying to find the gap. Gives it now to Jack Conan driving at Colby and Dialende. And Dialende drags him down. Currently still 22 out now. It's going to be Tom Curry. Going to be tackled by Quagga Smith. He's made a lot of tackles in this match so far, Quagga Smith. But now it's going to be Van der Merwe trying to find his way through a gap. But once again, the Springboks looking dangerous when it comes to that defensive line, driving the British and Irish Lions back in the tackles when they need to. Tom Curry now goes back. Courtney Laws now. He has been low tackled once again by Franz Mahava. Straight on the ball there. Eben Etzebeth, he loses his footing though And the referee, Nick Berry, was just about to blow the penalty for them. Now it's going to be going back into the hands Dan Bigger. Now they've got the advantage as well after 11 phases here for the British and Irish Lions. Tom Curry trying to drive forward, finds a little offload. Bigger gives it to Anthony Watson, trying to break the tackle on Mapimpi, but he is going backwards as well. And at this stage, I feel like if they end up going back for that penalty, they may consider, yes, they are going back. They will take on the 3 here, I have a feeling. And we have also got their Leka as well from Marco Vonapolabia. And also we have got Go Lions Go from Emilio. And we have also got Focus on the Rugby, you guys, as well, says Jack. And we have got, will be great to get some redemption after the 2019 World Cup, says John. And that's the thing, like the stat that I mentioned earlier on, 1989 was the last time a side in the 3-match test series lost the first game, but were able to win the series. So that is a very long time indeed. There is a reason that they call it momentum after winning that first one, because you are more than likely to either win or draw. We're going to have to wait and see whether or not that is going to be the case. But the British and Irish Lions now, it is going to be an opportunity for Dan Bigger to once again add 3 points. We've had 2 tries in this match so far, both in the second half. It was Fluff de Klerk, and then also it was the try scorer, Luke Cowan-Dickey, for the British and Irish Lions. Listening to you from Dublin, Ireland. And you're doing a brilliant job. All the best, mate, as well, says Keith. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. We are pushing our way towards 3,700 subscribers. We are only 48 away, so if you do want to help us out, please do. But at this stage now, the score 16 points to the British and Irish Lions, 17 for South Africa. And it seems like the British and Irish Lions now are going to be making a few changes. I believe Vunipola is out there at this stage, and also Hamish Watson is another name, as well as Ken Owens making his way out there for the try scorer, Luke Cowan-Dickey, who had a decent game as well. We have got in there. These Billies seem stronger than the Rugby World Cup English side as well, says MJ Young. At this stage, I believe that is just the 3 changes that they have made. So Vunipola for Sutherland. Both of them, originally it was supposed to be the man in the starting lineup, Wyn Jones. I feel like at scrum time it could have been a little bit different for him up against Franz Mahaba. Oh, sorry, not Mahaba and Nakanya. But instead it is going to be now out there. Vunipola almost taken by Willie LaRue. It's gone backwards to the halfway line now. Quagga Smith taking it nicely. Little knock on though. And because of it now, it means that it is going to be in the hands of the British and Irish Lions once again. And they are currently 40 metres out. Hamish Watson having his first touch, but he is met by Etsabev straight away, which isn't really the man you want to run into straight away when you have just made your way out onto the field. But they are now going to be going back for the knock-on, and it will be the British and Irish Lions who have now got the scrum feed. I feel like momentum's starting to shift in this match a little bit. Loveless Kiwi as well, says Christine, and also hi there all the way from Johannesburg as well, says all about everything. Great coverage, go Lions, says Courtney. And Hamish Watson, the cuzzy, or the crazy Scotsman. Watch out for this guy now. Animal as well, says Thick Boy. I'm honestly shocked the score is this slow as well. Afrikaans is please said, I'm not too sure. This is unfortunately Lickabad as well, says Monique. And we have also got in there Marco is on the field and on your stream as well, says Marco Vonapolabia. Yeah, a little bit of inception there, go Lions, says Heinrich. But at this stage we are just waiting for the scrum reset to take place. It is going to be around 40 metres out from the Springboks line. They can't afford to let the British and Irish Lions either win a penalty here or possibly work their way towards the line for possibly another try opportunity. If they get another try here, the British and Irish Lions, they will well and truly, I would say, almost be the favourites going into the later stages of this match, just with the fact that they have been able to score the try of Cowan-Dickey, also been able to kick over 2 penalties so far in the second half as well. We have got there, I'm hungry like a lion as well, says Benny. I'm feeling a little bit peckish as well. Currently sitting 5:30 a.m. here in New Zealand. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. This game's gonna be finishing at around 6, I believe. And we have also got, come on, South Africa. That's going to be, once again, the front row's going down. So we are going to have another scrum reset. We have got, yes, Momi Sozlika, 75 end and 78 good times as well, says Mick Brown. And also the box, Ferocious in the chat from Heinrich and from greeting from Manila, sorry, as well. Pay attention, Kiwi, says Christine. At this stage, we have still had a couple more scrum resets. We've got a little bit of time to fill in, which is why I do normally look to the chat in that regard. But also, I should mention, I feel like I should have mentioned this a little bit earlier on, but it is that situation of I'm watching on Sky Go, so we're probably around a minute or so behind here in New Zealand, which is why at times when I don't seem like I'm watching what's going on, it is because of the fact I am kind of that like minute or so behind, so we are still waiting for the scrum resets as well. We have got, are you doing this at 5:30 a.m.? I am indeed. We started at 3:30, and we are going to be going right through to probably somewhere around that 6:30 mark as well, with a post-match review after this one. So yeah, if you have been enjoying, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back next week as well for the next match of the British and Irish Lions tour. Should be an exciting one as well. If it's anything like this one, should be a close one as well, I think. Thanks for getting up so early as well, says David. No worries. I absolutely love doing these live streams because of the fact that I do get to chat along with you guys while watching the game as well. I'm not used to having 800 people watching. That is one thing for sure. Normally we're around that 100 to 200, so I can normally balance them out not too badly. But at this stage now, we are sitting 40 metres out the British and Irish Lions. Price now giving it to Owens with his first carry of the match. Ken Owens replacing Luke Cowan-Dickie. Now they're going back. It almost looked like they were setting up for a drop kick, but it's going back. Dan Bigger puts it high. Oh, it's taken there by Henshaw, but the man was in front. It was Duhan van der Merwe. He's tried to do the step. He's fallen over. He has been dragged down a metre short of the line. They're going to be going back, though, for this because of the fact that he was actually in front of Henshaw. So I guess it's a forward pass, unless it's called offside maybe. But either way, it is going to be in that situation of a Springbok ball. We have got both these sides will be hammering or will be hammered by All Blacks, Australia and Argentina as well. Says Heinrich, and also Hamish is a rugby machine. We love you, Hamish. Thank you for all you do for us as well. Says Scrum. So thank you very much for all the support. This one has been the most viewed live stream we have ever had at this stage, which is just absolutely insane. So I do thank you all very much for that. And yeah, hopefully you have been enjoying the show, and we have got plenty more to come. We're sitting on 222 likes at this stage as well. I think we're pushing towards the most likes we've ever had as well, but they are just checking this one. So it was in the end, it was knocked on, I believe, by Robbie Henshaw, which then hit Duhan van der Merwe, which I believe would count as an offside position, maybe. They are just checking this one possibly to see whether or not he did end up getting to the line, but I don't think it matters in that situation because of what happened just a little bit beforehand. We've also got, you're welcome to take a drink, really. Take one for all of us. We have a alcohol lockdown as well, says Chris. I feel like normally during these live streams, as people have said, is this commentator on speed, says Jerry. I feel like if I added alcohol to the mix, you guys would be, you wouldn't be able to keep up, that is for sure, because my brain would be going at 1,000 miles an hour. We have got could only listen live, stay on more fella as well, says Mick Brown. And also we have got in there loving the stream, thanks, says Tiger. Yeah, I feel like I will have to try and learn how to balance the chat and also the the commentary, because the fact, like I mentioned, normally we have plenty of time to kind of bounce backwards and forwards, but this one, like, we haven't really had this many people watching before. It is a new feeling. So yeah, we'll have to try and work out how to get used to it. Trouble from Turkey, good commentary, mate, as well, says Andajan. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Bok as well from Jay, and scrummaging more at this stage, says John. It is going in now. Fifth de Klerk puts the ball in for a side once again. Territory at this stage, 56% for the British and Irish Lions. Fifth de Klerk now firing across field. Now goes to Damien de Lende, and he is going to be trying to make his way forward, but he is tackled there by Dan Bigger. And at this stage, they are going to be around 35 metres out from their own line. And Fifth de Klerk looking like he is going to be kicking this ball into the sky once again. Cape Town Stadium looking like a beautiful night there. At this stage, Maro Tojo running into Etzebeth. That's like running into a brick wall. Cheslin Colby taken out in the air there. I think a little bit, but they have said that he stepped into touch there. Oh, if Mako Votopolobia just yanks him up like he was a ragdoll there, Cheslin Colby. And at this stage now, I believe they did say that he did take the ball into touch, which is why they have decided that it is going to be... Okay, they are just checking this one. Cheslin Colby in the end was the man who did catch that ball in the air. I think it is going to be a British and Irish Lions line-out throw. You're doing great as well, says all about everything as well. And Christine said it's cold. At this stage, we're sitting at -2 degrees Celsius here in New Zealand. Where's Colby as well, says Nathan. At this stage, he was unfortunately landing on his back there quite awkwardly. Would have been quite a bit of an impact on the spine there, but it's one of those ones we've hardly seen him in this match as well. Replaced the Dialende with Yankees as well, says MJ Young. And also we have got Yo, what happened, says Hitman. At this stage, it's getting very close on this one. It's going to be taken nicely by Maro Toje with the rolling maul now for the British and Irish Lions trying to go forward. Has been driven sideways now, and it is going to be a penalty advantage. Now it's going back. Ali Price gets it a bigger. Loose ball there for Elliot Daly, 40 metres out from the Springboks line, finding a bit of space now. Hamish Watson going to be driving forward, but once again, he runs it. If that is not a smart move, because he will drive you backwards 9 times out of 10, that is for sure. And that one is going to be a penalty there to the British and Irish Lions. And if they get this kick, they will be taking the lead for the first time in a long time in this match. I believe it will actually be the first time in the whole match that they will be in the lead. And then we have also got these are the moments you really miss the beast as well, says John. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they would love him in the front row in this match. Instead, they have had Oxnashat, and also it is Stephen Kitsoff is the other player that they have gone with in Bigger We Trust as well, says William. He has been kicking pretty decently so far today, only missing the one kick so far for that man. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not he will be able to get this one and get the British and Irish Lions into the lead for the first time in this match. The Box need to make the changes. I'd suggest the underpants as well, says Jerry. And also, yes, Lion, says Richard. And Biff Oof as well, says Scrum Lass. And also, Bigger Not Better as well, says MJ. And he is going to be, is he going to be taking it on? Yes, he is. Dan Bigger from an angle of about maybe sitting around 30 to 35 out here. Dan Bigger, has he got this one? Yes, he does. And now the British and Irish Lions take the lead for the first time in this match. Time left, says Shannon. At this stage, we are still sitting with a total. This says 64, but we are actually sitting at around 63 on my end. So we have still got another 17 minutes left in this matchup. That is plenty of time for them to change in terms of who is leading this for sure. And also Courtney Laws in the chat from Justin marauding Courtney Laws, and also hi from Cape Town, Kiwi lad. I'm a real gem, or it's a real gem of a night as well, says Tiger the Brave. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who is going to be able to hang on for the later stages of this match. The one Fundamover just getting a little bit of strap in there for his leg. That's my score prediction. Con as well, says next time. So disappointed in you, Springboks, says Shannon Lives. The game's not over yet though. We have -3 degrees here in South Africa, says Nico. So yeah, just a little bit colder where you are than it is here. Lutiaga, please don't get injured, mate, as well. He is making his way out there, as well as Elstad, I believe. It's the other change that they have decided to make here for the British and Irish Lions, and also the Springboks. I think in this situation, did the British and Irish Lions make a couple? But yeah, Duyaga, he's had to work hard to get here, of course. He was one of the players who did end up with COVID alongside Sia Khaleesi, Quagga Smith coming off the field, and it's going to be Elstad making his way out there now. Going to be interesting. They haven't made any of their back subs yet, so they've still got Faf de Klerk out there. They've got Herschel Yankees, also Elton Yankees, and Damien Valimza as their option. That is going to be a big hit from Etzebeth on Conan there. Off kickoff on, it's the Yaga getting his first hit in the early stages, and now Conor Murray making his way out onto the field for the British and Irish Lions. Very experienced man indeed. So we will have to wait and see whether or not he will be able to have an impact. Oh, Hamish Watson tipping him above the horizontal there. So that is going to be an advantage to the Springboks there. Now it's going to be Elstad now driving forward. They've got the advantage as well here. There's going to be a little kick in mind from Andre Pollard. Is it going to set up? No, it's not. Henshaw takes it. And now it is going to be going back. And I think they are going to be checking this one to see whether or not it is just a penalty against Hamish Watson there. And he is a very physical player indeed. Willie LaRue has stayed down, which isn't what the Springboks would be wanting to see at this stage. Hamish is the ref having a good game, says Fraser. Overall, I feel like he hasn't done too bad, Nick Berry. I know that a lot of people from the Southern Hemisphere aren't his biggest fan because of a few calls that he's had in the past in Super Rugby and Super Rugby or Super Rugby Trans-Tasman, Super Rugby Aotearoa. Oh, that's actually going to be Willie LaRue almost landing on his head there from the angle. I think he had landed on the shoulder, though. This is going to be interesting to see whether or not they go with just a penalty or a yellow card at this situation. He did pick him up. It did go above the horizontal. A little bit of an awkward fall as well. Yellow card if above the horizontal, says Mark Joe. So that could be the case in this one by the looks of it. Is the game as good as it sounds as well, says George. It's been a little bit stop-start at times, but overall, I feel like any time it is as close as it is in this match, like it's bound to be a great one. And I have been enjoying it so far. It is currently 3:37 a.m. here in New Zealand, but I was not going to be missing this game one bit because of the fact that, yeah, it's going to be a very exciting one. Just a penalty. Honore Pollard now is going to be taken on the 3 points, and that would mean if they can get this kick, the Springboks would take the lead straight back. But I will mention, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are getting extremely close to 3,700 subscribers. So if you want to help us out, please do. It is hugely appreciated. Who are you tipping to win as well, says Tariro. I am saying, in my mind, I'm saying Springboks, but the way that the British and Irish Lions were fighting back just before, I was thinking that they might be able to steal it. But I am going to go with the Springboks, the home side, purely because of that home field advantage. Has he got that one? He's missed it. Change my mind, British and Irish. No, I feel like I can't change my mind that quickly. But Andre Pollard actually missing that kick there, which is not what he would have been wanting. Was there a yellow card? Not in that situation. They decided to just give it as a penalty there, Nick Berry. So because of it, it does mean that they are still 15 men on the field. They're the British and Irish Lions, and Hamish is a real Kiwi lad, not from Auckland as well. I saw earlier on about where I am from. I'm from a small town in South Africa, not South Africa, in the South Island of New Zealand, I should say. So I'm kind of, I guess you could say, a little bit in the middle of nowhere. I'm halfway in between the Crusaders and the Highlanders when talking about Super Rugby teams. Can the commentator please put on some lipstick as well, says Jerry. I don't know whether or not that will be the case, unfortunately, for you. Sorry, mate. We have got 10K subs for the end of the year. You deserve it, mate, says Sebastian. Thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated. And I feel like at this stage, like we thought 3,500 by the end of the year would be hard to hit, but we have already hit it, which is pretty awesome. Now it's going to be Andre Pollard kicking behind on the halfway line. Not the best kick there, but they are going back for the knock-on advantage. So the Springboks, once again, going to have the scrum about 40 metres out. Lions roar as well, says Mick Brown. And we have also got there 12-3 at halftime as well, says Striff Wannabe. See, it's one of those ones, the second half. Oh, Damien Willemse coming out onto the field now. I'm wondering whether or not that is, yes, it is going to be for Willie LaRue. I thought it had to be because of the fact that, he did look like he fell reasonably hard in that tackle from Hamish Watson. And we have got loving it. Just subscribed as well, says David. Thank you very much, mate. It is usually appreciated you guys hitting that subscribe button. We are going to be back next week. And also for the Rugby Championship, my voice is trying to disappear, but I feel like it should be all right for the rest of this one, hopefully. Normally, like, that's the thing. Last week, we did about 6 live streams within around, I think it was 14 hours. So hopefully it does last throughout this live stream as well. $1 million pieces of crap house, coupled houses in Auckland as well, says Marco Vonapolobia. But now it is going to be another scrum feed here for the Springboks. They are currently sitting around that 65, 66 minutes into this game. 2 minutes or 2 points behind. I had a shocker there. And they are going to be 40 metres out. Scrum time once again looking solid here for the Springboks. Neither side budging, trying to get a few extra metres, but it's not working for them. They are completely still here. So they have been told to use it to Clerk there. Gives it to Damien Delende. And he is going to be driving forward once again. That is going to be a penalty advantage. Or is it? No, it's not. In the end, there was almost a penalty for the player not rolling away. Now it's going to be Peter Steph-Toy driving forward. Alan Jones makes a tackle on him. De Klerk now going across to Sia Khaleesi, the captain, getting almost one of his first runs of this match. 2 Lions players are down at the moment, so they are actually almost down to 13. And because of it, Lukanyu Arm gives it out to Chislin Gowie, but it was knocked forward. And because of it, now it is going to be a British and Irish Lions scrum. We've had quite a few scrums in the past few moments of this one. We have also got in there as well, no card, and he missed the kick as well, says Heinrich. Yeah, 2 big moments in that game. ROP team bigger as well, says Marco Vonapolobia. And Marcus Smith is looking down on bigger and Pollard at the moment, says Sebastian. Tell you what, he had a very good game in that game up against the Stormers, that is for sure. 2 lucky escapes for the Lions, says John. And at this stage now, Lukanyu Arm was actually just a forward pass in the end, which did cause, in the end, it to be the scrum feed now for the British and Irish Lions. But Dan Bigger is down. They have got Owen Farrell, who could come off the bench. So we will wait and see whether or not they will go with it. It looks like they will be. Possibly. He doesn't look too flash there, Dan Bigger. We need to get, or we need to go to a funeral for Danny Boy. Breaks like glass Bigger as well, says Marco Vonapolobia. Yeah, I think he just got hit hard in the tackle, or he actually was making the tackle there in the end, Dan Bigger, which kind of explains why he wasn't able to roll away. He just got hit very hard in the midsection, then made a face straight away. You can tell that one was going to be painful. For now, I said, man, take a sip of water at least. I will be having a drink after this live stream because we are going to be doing a post-match review, and it is going to be a live stream as well. So anyone who is keen on that, be sure to stick around after this live stream. It is going to be kicking off, or it is going to be starting at around that 6 a.m. New Zealand time, so 8 p.m. South African time, and we are going to be talking about the events that happen in this match. Might even have a guest as well, if I am lucky. Lion Steve Deere up the box as well, Zed Rich, and we have also got in there Springboks once again. We'll take it like the World Cup finale, the World Cup final, says Philip, and better than TalkSport commentary as well, says Doug. Thank you very much, mate. Usually appreciate it. And yeah, like I mentioned, anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are well and truly building up towards that 3,700. So if you do want to help us out, please do. And you guys are at this stage. We are flying up. We've just got up another 7, and it is absolutely insane. So thank you all very much for that. And I really do appreciate a post-match review as well, says Sebastian. He is a happy man about that. Also, Southern Hemisphere burning solid for a long time in rugby respect as well, says Mick Brown. And I'm going to be interested to see that World Cup. That's going to be a penalty in the scrum for the British and Irish Lions, though. And because of it now, they are trying to take the momentum back in this game. They still have a 2-point lead. Illegal scrummaging is the call. I believe it was Vunapolu who was able to win the penalty for the British and Irish Lions up against, it would be the man in the number 3 jersey for the Springboks, which is Malhalba. If I'm not wrong, I can't quite say that name. I don't quite have that tongue roll that I need for that one. I tried to give 2 likes, but it won't work as well, says MJ Young. Unfortunately, if you give 2 likes, it would mean that you've clicked the like button and then you've unclicked it. So you may have to give it 3 so that you do end up clicking back on it again. And we have got Homer Rugby. Yeah, got dominated from the Southern Hemisphere as well in the chat. We have also got in there the Real Home, says Rich, and also Southern Hemisphere play nothing else. If only played rugby, you would have won nothing ever as well, says Rich Jones. And also, are you for British and Irish Lions or South Africa, says Daniel. At this stage, I am pretty much completely impartial. Of course, I am from the Southern Hemisphere, so there should be myself back in the box a little bit, but I love watching these games from that neutral perspective. And at the moment, this is a very nice drive here for the British and Irish Lions, but Etzebeth shuts it down and drives Ken Owens into touch there. He is just hanging on to the ball at the moment. Doesn't really want to let it go. He is grabbing Faf de Klerk's ankle as well. He wants the ball, but no one is willing to give him it at the moment. How many Southern Hemisphere boxers, etc., world champs, as well, says Rich Jones. I feel like the only one I can think of is Joseph Parker, but I feel like that is probably not a good example. But yeah, I can't think of too many others for in the boxing. Do we have any boxers at the Olympics at the moment? Not too sure, but at this stage now, it is going to be another opportunity for the Springboks to have another attack. Tell you what, at this stage, it's just going back and forth. Each team are kind of having their moment. They're having the Springboks will have a bit of an attack, then it's the British and Irish Lions. Springboks, British and Irish Lions. And momentum at this stage just keeps on going like this. It's hard to tell who is going to have the better of the last 10 minutes of this game. But at this stage, we have had a total of 2 tries in this matchup. The rest of the points have come from penalties. Duan van der Merwe almost taking it. Colby falling hard there. And I believe they have said that it's gone back off van der Merwe. Now it's going to be Stuart Hogg kicking it downfield. And that is a good kick in behind from Stuart Hogg. Looking like it's going to be close to the touchline inside of the 22. Andre Pollard now fires it across to Damian Willemse. And he has kicked that one into touch. Or has he? No, he hasn't. That ball has stayed in the field of play. And now it's going to be Farrell, 40 metres out from his own line. Has kicked it very high. Robbie Henshaw now chasing this one. He was there early as well. Almost able to take it, but another knock on. Jeslyn Colby just smacks it straight into the face of Ken Owens. And at this stage now, the Springboks have got this ball back once again. Looks like it's almost going to be Hamish Watson selling it. Almost was able to, but in the end, it is going back for the knock on. And the Springboks will now have it. Soccer Olympics boxing, as well, says Rich Jones. And also we have got there never played or been good at this stage. We have got in the chat as well, bro. If I made any bets against the Lions on your channel, it's £1 against £1. Not going to lose my house as well, says Chris Venter. And we are on the field at this stage. They are inside of their own half here, the Springboks. That was a hard part of the game to follow in terms of where it was going to be, because they travelled from the 22 of the British and Irish Lions to the 22 of the Springboks, back to halfway, then back, and all sorts, all in about less than a minute of play. But now it is going to be the Springboks who are going to have the scrum feed about 30 metres out from their own line now. They are showing the most carries. Quagga Smith up the top, Jack Conan as well. So both number 8s for either side having very busy games indeed. Damien Dialende, 10 carries. Courtney Laws for 7. And then it is Mara Toje with the 6 as well. And we always got, if we get one try, we will probably win as well, says Shannon Life. Yeah, I feel like at this stage, we're in that situation of whoever gets the next try, you'd say almost should be winning the game, but we will have to wait and see how many penalties we do have alongside that as well. And we have also got, it's also, we have got, you tell you what, there's an argument going on in the chat at the moment. Tempers are flaring at the late stages of this match, going both ways at this stage. Come on, Hogg, find the space, as well, says Adrian. 8 minutes left. The Lions need Owen Farrell on 12 as well, says Heinrich. I think they have actually got him at 10 due to Dan Bigger having to go off the field. Now, at this stage, they're Chomara Toje, and I feel like 6 tackles made is actually a decent amount in this match because of the fact that everyone, like, there hasn't really been, we've had a lot of stoppages, a lot of scrums, a lot of lineouts, and this one, Box need 7 points as well, says Kyle. And also we have got Try Elliott Daly holding back Makazole Mapimpi as well. I am not quite up to that stage at this stage, so we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. But now it is going to be Faf de Klerk going across field, gives it to Dialende now trying to drive forward at the line, and he has been dragged down in the end by Connor Murray. De Klerk now going out to the wing of Jeslyn Colby. No, didn't quite get it out to him. Malcolm Marks has taken that one 40 metres out now. The Springboks are from their own line. And it looks like Faf de Klerk once again going to be setting up for a kick now. Kicks are high there, Faf de Klerk. Jeslyn Colby trying to line it up. Stuart Hogg, no, not quite. I want to take it there. And now it's going to be Ken Owens, gives it back now. Kyle Sinclair, Stuart Hogg now. It's going to be an awkward one. Henshaw somehow almost able to get that one back. No, it's going to be Makazole Mapimpi, who was almost held back, was he? It's going to be a try to Damien Dialende, or is it? They're going to have to go back and have a look at this one. Dialende correct as well, says MJ Young. Try, says John. And TMO South Africa, we're going to have to see whether or not this is a try to the Springboks to get them a little bit more of a lead. It would be Damien Dialende who was able to score it if it is a try. But we will have to wait and see in 10 years. As well, says Rich. Yeah, I'm not sure whether that's directed at me or whether it's directed at the people in the chat. Who's been the most dominant player so far? I would say Quagga Smith actually had a pretty decent game in that number 8 jersey. Also, you know, Maro Toje in the breakdown, he is also very dangerous. But at this stage, they are checking upstairs the TMO to see whether or not it is a try for Damien Dialende as well. And we have got 840 watching, 277 likes as well, which is huge. And this is also the most likes I think we've ever had on a live stream, as well as the most people watching at a time But they are just checking this one to see whether or not Elliot Daly was holding back Makasali Mapimpi, who was kind of holding his arm out as if to say that he was being held. And then from there, it was kicked forward from Lucanio arm. And I think that is going to be Damien Dialende. If he can get this ball down, Dialende. Oh, it was loose at a time there. So whether or not it is going to be a try, we will have to wait and see. They are actually checking something earlier on to see if Liam Williams knocked the ball on. I think at the end, Chisel and Colby almost ended up slapping that down towards the British and Irish line. So I don't think that's going to be what they look at here. We have got there must be importance, says Mark Jones. And also we have got, they are going to say no. They're going to say knock on no as well. And sorry, bro, says Chris. And also in there, Rich Jones. Oh, no. We have got we South Africans is like Spartans. We will kill the messenger as well. Which team scored? It could be the Springboks, but I think this one is going to be cancelled out for them, unfortunately, which will mean that it will now be possibly going back for a halfway scrum by the looks of what they are looking at here. They are trying to say that maybe there was a little knock on by one of these two sides. So it is going to be going back for a knock on against Liam Williams, who is also out on the field now. Must be a try as well. And try says Kyle. No try says Heinrich. Stop the clock as well, says MJ. No try. They are going to be going back now. And they are going right back for where that knock on was against Chisel and Colby. So that is huge. Once again, Chisel and Colby, he is at one of the quietest games I think we have been expecting from him. I think everyone said that he was going to be one of the keys, but we haven't really got to see him in the second half too much, unfortunately, for us. And that is a big shame because he is such a talented player. Damien Dialende almost able to get himself his first try of the match. But I will mention, while we are having this scrum, once again, we have got another stoppage. But if you do enjoy this live stream and you are looking forward to the next couple of matches, we are going to be covering them on the channel as well. And we have also got, unfortunately, I thought you were impartial as well, says John. I always end up saying unfortunately, just because of the fact that I know that everyone in the chat wants to see tries. And I enjoy watching tries too. So I feel like anytime there is a try disallowed, I always say unfortunately. And I feel like that is literally any live stream I do, it actually ends up being in that situation of I end up just saying unfortunately, because I love seeing tries being scored. And also you guys did predict that it was going to be 3 or 4 tries scored in this match is the most popular opinion. So I was hoping that maybe it was going to bump it up so that you guys were going to be in that right percentage as well. But now it's going to be fed into the ruck or into the scrum once again for Connor Murray on the halfway line now. And now it is going to be fired across field. Robbie Henshaw running hard at the line. Great tackle on him there by Elton Yankees, also out on the field. So I believe both sides have almost emptied their entire benches here. And at this stage now, it is going to be Connor Murray, 40 metres out from his own line, kicking this ball high. Looks like Liam Williams trying to line up the high ball, not able to take it. Chisel and Colby, another knock on against him there. This is something we aren't used to seeing from the man. Now it's going to be Ken Owens, goes back on Farrell, kicking it in behind, looking for a bit of space. That will be a advantage over, though, which might have been a little bit of a mistake. And now it is going to be kicked back downfield by the Springboks going into touch there. Stuart Hogg considers taking it quickly, but decides against it in the end. We have Scott, mate. How far do you go back? Because I am sure that was a knock on last week as well, says Sir. Yeah, they went back to halfway in that one. But I believe the TMO is actually South African. I think he was a late call-in for this match. But overall, I think he has been doing not too bad in this one, February as well, says John. And also we have got in there TikTok as well, says Rich. And this dude's saying South Africans only play rugby is as ignorant as an American that thinks Africa is a country as well. We have also got there in there. We have got in there who does Liam Williams come on for? I believe, if I'm not wrong, which it could be. I think he may have come on the field. Actually, Stuart Hogg's still out there, so I think he may have been coming on for left wing. It might actually be Anthony Watson or Duan van der Merwe. I think it's for Duan van der Merwe that he came on the field for, but I could be wrong in that regard. But now it is going to be Jack Conan once again driving forward. I just had a feeling that I saw Stuart Hogg just before, so I will just wait and see whether or not it is the case. Yeah, Liam Williams is there, and so is Stuart Hogg. So it is for Duan van der Merwe. Another little bit of a knock-on from the Springboks. And now it's going to be a backline opportunity. On Farrell dropping that ball. It's gone backwards. And now they're going back for another scrum for the British and Irish Lions. Let's go Lions as well, says Mick Brown. And which channel this game broadcast, says Samuel. It is on, if you are talking in terms of broadcast, it is DSTV, Supersport, Stan Sport, or Sky, I believe, are your options here. Do you realise South Africa is a third world country, right? No other sport. My voice is trying to disappear. Has the same monetary support as rugby as well. In the chat, we have got, where are you watching on? I am watching it on Sky Go here in New Zealand. Yankees also coming on the field for Faf de Klerk. I believe that is the last change, and that is a big one as well. It's going to have to wait and see whether or not it will be able to pay dividends for them in this match late in this one. Faf de Klerk having a decent game, kicking the ball quite often early on in this matchup. Also was able to score the one try for the Springboks in this one, Faf de Klerk, with the 49th minute. British and Irish Lions scoring the one try as well. Luke Cowan-Dickey was able to score it in the 44th. How many knock-ons as well, says Macca? There have been a lot. We've had a lot of scrums. That's the thing. In the first half, we had hardly any scrums. But then in this half, we've probably had around, I want to say at least 7 so far. And also, we also had the situation of a lot of lineouts for both halves as well. But now it's going to be Connor Murray going short side, gives it out to Anthony Watson. What can he do here? Forward side, he gets driven backwards in the tackle. That's what happens to him at this stage. Currently 40 minutes out. It's going to be Kyle Sinclair now, having one of his first carries of this matchup as well. Ken Owens running beautifully onto the ball, but he has been dragged down by the defensive Malharba. Connor Murray now they're starting to stall a little bit, or it seemed like there was a little bit of hesitation there for the British and Irish Lions, which I feel like at this stage maybe looking to set up for a drop kick. Good hands from Sinclair. Of course, there was a drop ball last week, and I believe he was involved in that one. Connor Murray goes back, and it is going to be a drop kick. No, it's not. It's Owen Farrell kicking the ball high, and it is going to be an awkward one taken. No, it's not taken by Yankees. I think he dropped it, or did he? I think now they are going to be under all sorts of pressure here, the Springboks, but it did end up going backwards. So because of it now, it does mean that they will be able to clear their lines. Only 5 minutes left in this match now between these two sides. And that stat that I was talking about earlier on, 1989, the last time a side that lost the first match were able to win a series. This is a huge couple minutes into the later stages of this one. That one went into touch there. And because of it now, it does mean it is going to be a British and Irish Lions line out once again. Thank you as well, says Shannon Slive. And also the commentary is neutral, as well, says MJ. And also we have got there in the chat, no, it would be tough. Fab wish I could have seen the screen, as well, says Mike Brown. And that's the thing. The one channel that I was going to recommend for watching the highlights after the game has actually been taken off YouTube because of the fact that he has ended up, unfortunately, showing the game at the wrong time. So because of that, it does mean that he has been taken off the whole YouTube. It's getting personal, as well, says Chris. Yeah, normally in the later stages when there is a game this close, there are going to be some words thrown in the chat, that is for sure. And we have also got in there as the TMO from South Africa. Any dubious calls as well, says George. He is from South Africa. He was actually brought in relatively late for this game. Nick Berry overall in the referee's jersey. I don't think he's done too badly overall. They've gone upstairs for the big ones, or they've got the advantage now. The British and Irish Lions. Connor Murray goes back. Owen Farrell kicking behind. It's an awkward one. And it did end up hitting the guy, and it's going to be a penalty to the British and Irish Lions. They can now possibly look to extend this lead outside of the 3 points, and then that could be the game. I'm so proud of the Box. They took the bribe as well, says Jerry, and also I'm an All Black. Please block win, or please block, please, as well from Tristan. And also we have got in there, come on, says Adrian, and over 900 people watching, record-breaking stream. It is indeed. It's absolutely insane, the amount of support we've had on this live stream. We've had 299 likes, as I am sitting 1,300 votes in the one that does say that it's going to be 3 or 4 tries scored in this match. That was 46% of people back in that one. And we have also got in there, we have got, I don't understand why they don't just stream those games on YouTube and run ads. It makes zero sense. We split the atom, but we can't figure out how to stream rugby to all humans. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like that is something they need to start doing in the future, because there would be a lot of people who would love to be able to watch these games live. And also, even if it's just a replay a day after or something, like, people are still going to watch those games. So I feel like that's what you got to do if you do want to improve the amount of viewing numbers that rugby does have, because everything is becoming subscription-based at this stage. But Owen Farrell now, he will be open to get this one over for the British and Irish Lions here. Would extend the lead out for them by 5 points if he can get this one. Owen Farrell currently only 2 minutes left in this match, and the British and Irish Lions going to be lining up this kick now. Owen Farrell taking his time, wanting to make sure this one does go over for them. He's really taking his time, Owen Farrell. Really trying to make sure this one does go over. And he has got it, Owen Farrell. So now the score is going to be 22 to the British, 22 to the British and Irish Lions, 17 to South Africa. We have what's got in there. It's agreed, but Supersport should add highlights on YouTube. So hopefully they do that, because there would be a lot of people looking for this game. That is for sure. It's great, but Supersport should add, they should add highlights on YouTube. And that I 100% agree with. They play in our country, but we don't even have access to watch the game like WTF. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like it's one of those ones, at least have the first game free to air for everyone to be able to watch, even if it was streamed on YouTube or streamed on World Rugby's website or something. That's been taken nicely by Damian Willemse there. And the Springboks have been able to retain their own kickoff. They are currently inside of the 22. Damien Dialende now is trying to make his way forward. He almost looked like he was going to try and go again here. 1 minute left on the clock here. And the Springboks, it is now or never for them. 1989 last time a team lost the first match and they were able to win a series. Is that going to be the case here? We're going to have to wait and see. Now it is going to be Yankees once again going into the hands of Tiago. Awkward pass. It's gone backwards. So Yankees taking it nicely. Gives it now to Damian Willemse. He is slipping and going backwards in the tackle there by the British and Irish Lions. And they need to make sure that the discipline is on point. Yeah, I will be able to read the chat for the next minute because I feel like you guys, because you are ahead, you will be able to give away what happens in these next final moments. But now it's going to be Yankees with a step. Vunapola making the tackle on him. They are currently back to 40 metres out. It's going to be Lou Diaga now getting driven backwards in the tackle by Owens and Watson. The two, I was about to say the two Welshmen, that would have been terrible indeed. Of course, one Welshman, one Scottish man, and that is almost like Bernie was about to blow the whistle there, Nick Berry, but decided against it because he didn't quite have his hands on the ball for long enough. Players leaving their feet a little bit for the British and Irish Lions. They're up to 10 phases here, and that is going to be the full-time siren is now sounding, but this game is not over. It's going back once again. Peter Steph-Toy is going to be carrying that one at the line. Can they get through here, the Springboks? That's a huge question here. It's going to be Elster now driving forward. It's ripped away by Maro Itoje. And the British and Irish Lions, they have got this ball. Connor Murray fires it back. And Stuart Hogg kicks it into touch. And that is the win for the British and Irish Lions. The first win of the series, of the test match. And because of it now, that's that 1988-89. That's the last time. That's a long time. That was ages before I was born. Sitting at about 10 years. So at this stage now, we're going to have to wait and see what that does to the series. But the next match is going to be taking place next week. 22 to the British and Irish Lions. 17 for the South African Springboks here. We have got a whole heap of people in the chat. My cat is not happy at the moment with the fact that they did lose that one. Sad about our box, says Marguerite. But thank you for the commentary as well. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. Do appreciate you all being here for this one. We're sitting on over 900 people viewing at this stage, which is absolutely awesome. And I do thank you all very much for that. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. And we are going to be back next week for the next matchup. We are 5 away from 3,700 subscribers as well. So if you can help us out, please do. But also sitting on 318 likes on this live stream. Insane support. And yeah, we are going to be back for next week. It's going to be awesome as well. We have got thanks for the stream as well, says Sebi. And also kudos to your commentary, bro, as well, says Vivian. Thank you very much, mate. And damn it, whatever to you British people, we're going to come back strong. And with you all as well, says BS or BZ, sorry. And thanks, lads. So yeah, next time, says Adrian. And kudos on the commentary, awesome stream, says Bertie V as well. Thank you very much, mate. And also we have got in there great commentary. Thanks from West Yorkshire as well. Good morning, says MJ. Yeah, it's currently sitting 6 a.m. here in New Zealand. So what we are going to be doing now is we will be switching over to a post-match review of this match that we will be talking about all of the little moments that happened throughout this one. But if you did enjoy this live stream, be sure to leave a like, also subscribe to the channel, and we will be seeing you all hopefully for the next game, and also switching over to our post-match review, which will be starting in only around 5 minutes or so's time. But thank you all very much for watching.